You're just moments away from a brand new episode of WTF Nations Radio's Pop Culture Warrior, hosted by the dynamic duo CQ and Radar. Pop Culture Warrior is your number one source for all things entertainment. If it's happening in TV, movies, video games, or comedy, they're all over it. And don't forget to say hi in the comments below. And while you're at it, let the boys know what you think and what you'd like to hear them talk about. Now strap in and get comfortable, because you're in for one hell of a ride. This is Pop Culture Warrior. Shots.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey guys, welcome. Surprise! We got a thing for you tonight. We got a thing. I know what you're thinking. This is not Tuesday night. This is not Pop Culture Warrior. This is a special announcement from the station. We got some fun news to talk about. We got some things to let you know on what's going on. And really, without really a lot of further ado, I'm really excited for this, guys, because I have a super special guest joining me tonight. Someone who you know the voice, but you may not know the face. Okay, so really, I'm gonna introduce to you. Actually, first, just for fun, special guest caller. Would you like to say hello before I bring your face out?
Hi guys, how are you doing tonight? There we go. How about that?
There we go. I'm gonna raise you up a little bit, but there you go. There's your surprise, and let's see if this we're gonna work this. We're gonna work this bad boy out. Let's see if I can make the transition. Okay, that's the first part of it, and now we're gonna make this. Hang on. I'm gonna fix it because this was working a second ago. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Oh, I bet you I know why, because I know why.
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh, I see blue. Blue.
Hang on. I got this. I got this. We don't have your face just yet. Let's see. How do I? It's because we crashed briefly that I think that might have screwed up our connection, but that's okay. We can fix this real quick. Hang on with me. Yeah, so Ice. Hey everybody, welcome Ice. Hey! As soon as we get him, his pretty little face. There we go. Advanced. There we go. That's the box I needed to check. And
check that box.
Check that box. Hey! His face has appeared. Holy moly.
Oh man.
Oh goodness. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Sorry, I kept you in that phantom zone of a.
I was about to say, dude, that phantom zone. Wait, is that cool to say phantom right now? Because I know Fort Hood's got some shit going on.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you can say that. But yeah, so we're doing a thing. We got a face.
Yeah.
That's your face. This is my face. We got faces.
Yeah. Got faces of excellence.
I'm digging your shirt, man. I should have worn my station colors, but I'm rocking the black and gold. I mean, come on. I'm one with the.
You're looking good. This is an old WTF Nation Radio classic shirt that we used to give out, and
Old
so
school.
we just give these out, and that have been been good to go. But,
right.
Yeah, these are good classic. We're the Ranger School of Radio. You know what I mean? So.
And the chat board is just lighting up. By the way, everybody saying hi, Ice, woo. Yay. Guy says, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Steve is saying fresh haircut and all. Look at you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Straight up, man. I got my do up and stuff. And I was like, went to you got a crazy experience today. You pop your neck today. You go to the Korean barbers and stuff. They want to give you the freaking wrap down and stuff like that. And
that's right.
Pop your neck, and you're like, no, I've been broken a few times, so please don't pop my neck.
Is it wrong to say that after all these years, now I understand why you don't get on video? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Face for radio.
I already told the main page that, hey, if all of a sudden fucking Facebook decides to crash my shit, or the main page gets fucking unpublished, it's because I don't have I don't have the fucking phrase, I don't have the blue steel look or something like that.
That's right. That's the look. That's the look. So yeah, people want to know why are we here? Why have we gathered all here today? All many of us. Why have we gathered here?
We are testing shit. Because we are going to have all of our tech. For you, what you guys and gals don't know is that CQ is promoted to our tech. He runs all of our tech. He is.
I'm R&D man. I'm Iron Man in this thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're like the WTF Tony freaking Stark, right?
That's right.
And
patchwork.
And so what CQ's job is that anytime there's new tech, anytime there's new technologies to push out, then I say, CQ, run this, CQ, do this, CQ, do that. So CQ, hey, what's going on, Steve? CQ is like pushing the envelope, pushing all that shit, right?
Annoying the hell out of everybody.
Oh my God, yeah. But in a good way. That's not a bad thing, but and so you had there was some stuff that you said, hey, hey, just to let you know, I know how to do this with doing that. And if we do this, then we could do that with Skype. And all you got to do is just call in, boss. And I think I got this working. So for the last couple of weeks, I would say maybe 2-3 weeks, you've been doing, trunk monkey work, doing that crap. And then the next thing you know, you're like, all right, let's do this. And I figured, you know what, tonight, let's just go ahead and push all the tech. So that way all the other hosts know how to do this. So that way each host will be able to get a guest coming on face just like this. Well, I mean, not like this because I'm pretty battered up, but I'm just saying.
More like this.
Face.
Like this.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, but I was wondering how come you use filters, bitch. Anyway.
Yes.
So so basically is when a guest comes in, just like me, I am simulating the guest. I am a simulated guest right now.
You are my guest. You're joining my broadcast. You're my guest right now.
Exactly. I'm your guest. And I am going to how do I say this? I'm going to announce that tonight we are going to have our return of Friday Night Freedom.
Friday Night Freedom. I should have had like a pop down at beep 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 and just explosions.
Little dudes marching on the bottom right there of your screen.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to be huge. Huge. And so the thing is that every Friday now, starting on September 11th, we're going to have a September 11th show, and we're going to have Friday Night Freedom is coming back. So what that means is that, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday is going to be the middle, and then we're going to have weekends off. So that way we can kind of chill and all that. And that's awesome. 3 Cletus is, I'm drinking something too. This is, mind you, this had a little bit of ice in it, but this is a mixed drink. I decided to go ahead and partake because I didn't know if this was going to pull off. I didn't know if I had the fire CQ tonight.
You need a liquid courage to let me go, huh? Okay.
No, just but anyways, yeah. So we're gonna come back with Friday Night Freedom. Friday Night Freedom is going to be pretty much. And no, I'm not Sarmator Daily. So everyone was like, "Oh, Sarmator Daily is supposed to be here." I'm excited because we'll be able to finally have the audience have more variety. Now, Friday Night Freedom, and I want everybody to understand right now. This is your warning. This is going to be a patriotic theme based show. It has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with the bullshit of what's going on either side of the political spectrum. It is going to be freedom. So anytime that talks about
America,
America stuff, Eagles flying. Not something, but it's not like a mortar. But anyways, but yeah, you're gonna anything that has to do with patriots doing some stuff. Patriots, we just had a soldier that just rescued some. I think it was like at Fort Lee or something like that. He rescued somebody out of a burning vehicle, and something like that. Something to highlight the patriotism and the honor of our citizens and our military, and then talk about military, political. I mean, not really political, but patriot stuff.
Yeah, all red, white, and blue. That's what we're talking.
Yeah, all red, white, blue. Now, and of course, I know it's going to happen. We're going to have this show come on. People immediately going to fucking jump on the gun and say, "Oh, you're doing this because you're doing that." And this, look, we don't. If you want drama, dial in on fucking Monday. We'd be more than happy to give you all the drama you want on Monday, and Thursday if you want to talk about some soldier stuff. But I mean, what's wrong? It's good, constitutional shit. I mean, that's what more you can say. It's Friday Night Freedom.
Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some speech that's going to offend some people, and then I'll be honest with you, just as we, and I was just, talking to somebody who me and him were talking about how, the time to have Murica on the station really has been a long time. It's not been I don't think I've ever remember us doing a political. I'm like a patriotic 4th of July type. So every Friday will be like a fucking 4th of July event. You know what I mean? It's just that's the way it should be.
It's got to open with fireworks. Every Friday night, open with fireworks.
Just like Disneyland, man. Just like Disneyland or Disney World. Every Friday. There's like on Thursday or something like that.
I like it.
I think that way that format will also allow an introduction to more guests too.
Sure.
because I'll tell you what, I mean, I do love some of the guests that come on here, but there are other guests that want to come on that we can't just have it Thursday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So, we figured that would be best. And it gets, and we all know about what happened with, with Kaz and Al, having their show go on a pause for a minute. We just figured this would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
I mean, that's just a real quick announcement. And then of course, there's if you see behind me, this is part of the the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence node here, and it's going to be undergoing some work. So I mean, pretty soon in the future, this will be you'll see me not like this. I'll probably be wearing like a stormtrooper helmet or something like that. Depends what movie. But yeah, I mean that's really the basis of it. The whole idea was to get you guys and gals on, shoot the shit, hang out. Friday used to be, and like it is right now, I can see the numbers and all the chats going. Friday was a big deal. You know what I mean? It's
we're gonna bring it to the people.
Yeah, bring it to the people.
Yeah.
Having a hang.
I think, and it's going to be a great night for, people are getting loose. They're getting ready for the weekend. They're going to want to call in. They're going to want to celebrate with us. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows? I said the last time we had some guests coming on, it was we had some pretty good, last Friday night, we had some good shit.
Yeah.
So we had some veteran bands and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah, right on. No, right on. I'm super pumped. I think hey guys, y'all in the chats, what would you like to see on a Friday Night Freedom show? What kind of guest, what kind of topics, what tell us what you think. We do this for you guys. We do this for you.
Yeah.
Hey, I hear voices in the background. Who was that? I picked up on something there. That was you?
That was me.
Okay, that's on your side. Okay.
That was me talking to you about talking to me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm kind of playing around with the feeds.
I thought somebody was sneaking up on me and was surprising me. I'm like, I'm in control here. How the hell did they sneak in? Okay. We're good. We're good then. But yeah, so what else? So how's the tech looking, right? Because this is also we're bringing new technology to the people. We're bringing interactivity to the people. So how do you feel it's going so far?
It's looking pretty good. Actually, there's actually a little bit of a delay because of it. I mean, but that's understandable. It's not a bad delay, but it's pushing pretty good.
Okay. The delay in the sense of what you're seeing, what the audience is seeing?
Right. So what we're talking about right now, I'm going to do my hand wave right now on my count. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000,
wow.
9,000, 10,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
wow.
20, 21,
we are way behind.
24 seconds.
Woo. That's okay. Oh, and you glitched a little there, but that's okay. Yeah, and I think I think that's between, like, because we're having a conversation on Skype, or secretly, I don't know, no name brand. we're having a conversation, and then it's going out to the feed, and then bouncing off all the satellites, and then going underwater, and then getting to people's homes, and it's a series of tubes. It's from what I've been told, it's a series of tubes, and it gets clogged every once in a while. But yeah, but the good thing is, as the guest, if you knew nothing and weren't watching the show, we're good. Like we're back and forth.
Now, looking at you back and forth in your other cam that we have. Not
That's
from
right.
What the audience is
separate.
Seeing,
this is my guest cam. guest cam here.
Guest cam. Yeah, the guest cam, I'm looking at it as the guest cam. I'm looking at you right there. It's perfect. It's good to go. I was talking about the delay.
Right, to the feed, to the live audience. Yeah. But that's the great thing is that the audience doesn't know there's a delay. Because what they're seeing is a seamless back and forth at whatever, even if it was 30-minute delay, they wouldn't know it.
You're right. It could be a 30-minute delay and you ain't going to see it.
Yeah,
exactly.
The only time that really comes in is I know people, like, I'll say something and they want to hit a comment. That delay, by the time I get the comment, I'll finish my sentence, read the comment, answer it. Like I was already on two separate, like two topics later, answering the comment. Right. So that's never feel if you're in the audience, never feel like we're ignoring you. There's just a delay in us getting your live comments and us reading it and answering back. So always hang in there. Always hang in there.
Always, yeah, always hang out. Let me see what the real what the other world looks like.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I have several Facebook accounts, but I have other finding out, and right now you see my face just light up on it. Everything looks good.
Yeah,
it's looking good.
Let me. Can I? I'm gonna run a separate test here. I'm gonna mute you. You and me here. You and me can still talk. The audience shouldn't be able to hear you. So go ahead and give us your darkest, deepest down secret that the audience should never know about. Because I swear you're muted. I swear you are. I'm kidding. No, Go ahead. No, seriously, look, I swear to God, you're muted. If it works. Okay, I'm taking you off mute now. So. Now I never said the audience couldn't read your lips. You're on camera now, so.
Oh, dude, that's right. I should have been like 15.
Yeah, yeah. So rewind the tape. I'm sure you can get what he said. I don't know. So I'm not listening to the live feed, so you'll have to see if the mute worked.
I'm looking at the live feed right now, and it says, "Okay, the audience should never read it. You're on camera," and yeah, exactly. So yeah, see, that was pretty quick. Yeah, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
So I guess everyone's going to hear what they say if they read lips.
Yeah. All right.
So I guess I need to talk faster or something.
See, Heath says he thinks you were just moving your mouth. Like, see, he doesn't think I actually muted you, meaning the mute worked. So he thinks you were just moving your mouth. So, haha, we were able to communicate. Audience couldn't hear you.
So somebody expected. What was that? Let's see the comments. This is some of the heckles in here. Everyone's looking at blah, 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 blah. So we are cheating. We are in the future. We are in the future. Yeah. You expect it to be more taco bowl? Is that what it was? Is that, thanks.
Taco bowl. I don't see it. Oh yeah,
because of my appearance, I am of Hispanic ethnicity.
Right.
And right now, me and you are both Hispanics.
Yeah.
But you look more Hispanic than me.
I was gonna say you're the only person that can make me look Hispanic. I'm just saying.
Right, exactly.
Because I stand out. I'm like, I'm the whitest guy ever. But next to you, I look great. I'm like looking around, I'm like, oh damn, I do look Hispanic.
My sombrero, man.
You want some chimichangas?
Yeah.
All right.
I just had. Anyways.
So mute works.
Yep.
Video works. Sound works. I'm assuming sound's coming over pretty well. Live works. We'll check the recording after the fact. The recording should be good. Yeah, I don't know what else can we do? What else? How? I don't know. I'm excited to play with this.
Yeah, exactly. This new tech. I guess we can have maybe, I don't know. Do we have more people coming on? Do we have anybody else?
I thought we were expecting a special guest, but I haven't seen anything come across. So
that special guest going to call in and go ahead and because that special guest has already got his stuff already set up, right? You're not going to put him in the fucking Phantom Zone like you did me, right?
I mean, I hope so. There might be a slight Phantom zoning.
I mean, blue's my favorite color. I didn't expect to be fucking floating around in it. So.
I think it'll be better now because remember, all this is supposed to be happening behind the scenes when not live on air.
Yeah, right. I get that. I can totally see that.
They're saying ice needs to be a little louder. All right, I'm gonna bump you up. Oh, and we have a caller. Let's merge this call. Let's see. All right, caller, are you there? Hello, caller.
Well, hello.
All right, I haven't put you on video yet. Hang on. So you're just voice right now. I'm gonna prep this. So we're not doing this. So you guys talk for a second while I get him prettied up for air.
Oh, okay. You getting prettied up for air?
I had to put on my makeup.
I'm about to say that messed up, dude. You did. Oh, so you can let him put makeup on, but not me. And then you sit there making crack it on my face. Thank you.
I'm just.
I was wondering.
I mean, just saying.
We were talking.
No,
we were talking offline earlier, and he said that there's no amount of makeup that could help you. I disagreed. I disagreed, but he was pretty happy.
I mean, Ashley, I do have makeup on to cover the caving of my face from from an event that happened way back in the day. But that just we'll be good. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
All right. So, in case you guys couldn't recognize the voice, it's Ice. Guys, hey man, I'm doing 6 different things at the same time. Give me a break here.
That's what I'm talking about. There we go.
What's up, guys? I'm just cleaning this up real quick, making you guys look. I want to make sure you guys look pretty and presentable. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You gotta.
No, I'm not red leg, Bob.
All right, let's get this. One last thing. So yeah, this is all needs to be done behind the scenes, so people don't see this.
There's definitely a lot of buttons to mash, and in the right order.
Yes. Come on, work, damn you. All right, okay, hang on. I see faces. I got faces. Or is it? I got hoes. Different area. Oh, sorry. I got this.
You got those.
All right, this isn't gonna be pretty, okay? But this is slap shot. Let's just roll with it. So here we go.
All right, okay, go.
3. We got ourselves a good old fashioned 3-way, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Oh gosh.
and guys, can you see me? You can see me here. You got me here.
Yes, I see you.
Okay, great. So that's my celebrity guest cam. You get the special view.
There you go.
And then this is
there we go.
Cam. How you guys look at pretty faces.
Oh, there we go.
Right,
there we go.
Right.
There it is.
There we go.
It showed up. So that's 24 seconds.
Yeah, a give or take. And I apologize for the shoddy frame shot. There's no overlays.
Right.
There's no names. This was just apology. This is just make it work. So what's up, everybody?
Happy Friday.
Hey. It's been a while.
Happy Friday.
It's been a while since we talked, guys. It's been a.
We kind of trade messages, and I try to send you a little bit of pop culture throughout the week.
I always appreciate it. I always do. I always give it a thumbs up because I like it. I love all things pop culture. But
I sent you that big ass file with sound effects in it that you've been using.
Here and there, a smattering, a sprinkling. Speaking of which, hold on, let me see if I can make this work. We're just testing gear now, so hang on. Give me something.
The noise and also the shit. So guys don't freak out, all right?
We made it work. We made the tech work. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I got the whole. Anyway, I'm gonna stop pushing buttons now. I got the whole soundboard set up here for silliness. But yeah. So from what I heard, a little birdie told me that Mr. Kaz wanted to jump in here to share some news with us. So what's up?
Yeah, well, I mean, we as a station, we're going through a little bit of changes. Mr. Owl had to jump, had to fly the coop for reasons, and it's fine. We're still in contact with him. He's still a good friend. He's a great guy, man. He's got stuff going on, and he's got to handle his business, which is awesome. Because of my work schedule, I can't do 2 hours on Sunday, which if you guys have tuned in to Kicking It With Kaz, I'd only been hanging out with Owl for about an hour, and then I eat dinner real quick, and I'm in bed because I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I've got almost every Saturday off, and I have every other Friday off. So that's a really good opportunity for me to kind of step in and bring back Friday Night Freedom. So I'm going to be I will be the chief button pusher for Friday Night Freedom. The show starts at regular time. It'll last a couple of hours. We go late. That's fine. So yeah, that'll be beginning on September 11th.
Fantastic. So all right, I'm also testing shit out here in the background. I was getting a report that you were getting some echo, Yeah, echo, 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 echo. Sorry about that, guys. So I've just, what happened, you know, for the boss's sake, I pulled in the two sources. They had separate sound files, but I think they were just kind of looping each other. So I cut one of them, and so
how do I sound now? Then do I sound good? I'm good.
Well, you guys sounded good to me, but the chats are saying you guys were echoing. Right. So let's give it a 1, 2, 3, each of you, so we can give us a sound check here. First, Ice, go ahead.
Hi, this is Ice. Welcome to Friday Night Freedom's preview show.
All right, Kaz, you're up.
Hi, this is Kaz. Welcome to Friday Night Freedom. I will be your host beginning September 11th, 2020.
Fantastic. All right. It's getting better, whatever you're doing. Ice is echoing still. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. This one's on me, guys. I'll own this one. I got okay. So remember, I'm pulling audio in from the Skype computer, right? This is a lessons learned. The source is also pulling in audio, not just video. It's pulling in video and audio. So since they said it was Ice, now I see. All right, let's do this one more time. I've got you guys technically muted in OBS because I'm pulling your sound from Skype. So let's try this again.
Correct.
Ice, go ahead. Give me a sound check.
This is a Friday Night Freedom broadcast because CQ is still making me echo. So let's see if I'm still echoing or not before I fire him. There you go. About that.
All right. Kaz, go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
we would like some suggestions on maybe some guests and maybe some content ideas for the Friday Night Freedom show.
By the way, sorry, the chat is funny. CQ's getting moved to extra duty. Apparently, that's what I heard. I see.
You're going to be on extra duty with Sergeant Botface.
There you go. Okay, so I'm getting it fixed. I'm getting it fixed. Okay, so that's the solution. So I mean, honestly, we're gonna have a side conversation now, Ice, because if I was able to pull your audio and video, then we might not even need to connect that outsource cable. You know what I'm saying? The usual cable that's saying like this is the audio. You know what I'm talking about? The Skype computer audio cable. Anyway, we'll have a.
Oh, what you're saying. So you're talking about the physical cable that's going from the Skype computer to the mixer. If you pull it through like that, using the NDI protocol, then we'll be able to grab. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I can have separate audio for both of you, separate channels.
So yes, you have separate channels on a separate audio. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying now.
And so, go ahead.
When you go on break, let's say we have a guest.
Yeah.
You're on break, but the guest doesn't want to feel detached from what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You push your channels over to 3.4. You know, you mute 3.4, and that pushes them over to 5.6.
Well, I'm using something slightly different, but I get what you're saying. Saying.
So we can have a conversation when the music is playing, when we're on break or whatever.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go out on the air, but we can talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. Watch this here. All right, and we're back live. I'm just pushing buttons. But yeah, I'm using something slightly different, but it makes things just a lot easier.
We're using multiple computers, Stefan, to some proprietary establishments that we've had in our systems.
Yeah,
that way,
trying to push us to the future, taking us to the future, baby.
You guys are that way. You guys can get. Now you're gonna have to realize that some of the sounds that you're getting on some, like right now, I'm gonna reveal something. I am using, and this is the reason why we're doing this, is because right now Kaz is speaking on his hardwired computer on Skype. I am, because the majority of our guests use this type. I am on a Mac, and I'm pushing Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And so that's because the guests that we use. I mean, I'm simulating the conditions of what a guest would be. That's why your input from the audience was important, guys and gals. We appreciate that.
Yeah. And also,
we wanted to make.
I was gonna say, Ice, too. Just to really stress it, I have my Skype on Wi-Fi as well, just to really stress the lowest possible bandwidth. So right now, your video Kaz's video, the audio, all that's coming over Wi-Fi. So that's it. If you notice just a tiny bit of a delay, a tiny bit of a lag, a tiny bit of a skip, I'm just doing this over Wi-Fi just to really stress what it would be, see what it would be stressed like.
That's how little faith I have in Wi-Fi. I actually ran my router is all the way on the other side of my house.
Got like a 300-foot Ethernet cable.
That long? It's about 115 feet. So I ran some Cat 6 cable all the way up in the attic, all the way to the other side of the house, and dropped it down. So I'm actually hardwired to my router.
Yeah, I mean that's my router is 4 feet from me, so maybe the Wi-Fi is not the best example since I'm like touching it, but I just wanted to, but no, I have like you said, you got to have it hardwired. That's the right way to do it when you're streaming.
Right. When you're, of course.
But yeah, so this is working nicely. I'm curious. At some point, we should probably test this. Like if somebody were using their phone to connect to the Skype call in, because I we've had a guest or two use their cell phone to connect.
That's right.
Now in that specific situation, I might want to cut the video only because I think the audience is going to get nauseous if the camera's doing this. Like, because people can't, like it, people are watching on their phone and then you're watching someone's video on the phone. It's like watching someone jog, on video. So yeah, so
we did the when WTF Nation Radio was up in Boulder and in Denver, we did the Freedom On Festival, and all of that. Redleg was the technical master on that, and everybody's cell phone was tethered into his computer. Somehow it got in there with magic. We downloaded a program and we were going all around. Some of us were back in the dressing rooms talking to the bands. Other people were talking to some of the other veteran organizations that were there, and everybody was using their cell phones. And it was going into his computer, and everything was being saved.
Hey, sorry guys, I don't mean to hear it. We had somebody calling in. I just got to see who this is. Hello, who's here?
Yeah, go.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to give you a 10-second test for your phone, see if it goes totally bonkers. So I'm just trying to help out. So
I appreciate 1, 2, 3,
that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bye.
All right, thank you very much. Look at that. We got the audience helping out, man. That is fantastic.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, and look, we held on. We had 3 video and a call in, and on my end, nothing has crashed. Everything is still.
Looks good.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at all the feeds right now, and everything's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. So Holly says Ice sounds way more clear on his show than he does now. Now remember, guys, he's not using his full-on rig to do this. He's not in full-on host mode. He's in I'm a guest calling in from my laptop.
Yeah, that's this. My stuff is behind me. That's what you guys hear when I'm broadcasting. That sounds so crispy and sexy clear. It's from this thing right here. That's the one that's pushing it. I'm acting as a guest. I'm the one that's going, hey, hi, I'm a guest.
He says,
I'm here talking.
Can I call in a flush? Sure.
No. Why'd you let him say that? Okay, go ahead. This your show. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. I love audience participation. I've had some interesting callers. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. So the interesting thing now that I kind of want to play with, just as I'm rolling it through my head, is that right now I'm controlling your guys' audio. I can go up and down. I can mute you because you're coming in via Skype from my laptop.
Right.
But you're sharing a channel because you're one source. Right. But let's say I disconnect that and I pull you in through the NDI like we've been doing for video. I have a separate soundtrack for each of you. So if one of you decides to go on some verbal rants, I could literally mute one of you and let them just, go while me and the other one are just, what I mean? So that's a bonus in the box of doing it via NDI, because then I can actually control each of you separately, video and audio, versus, pulling you in as a Skype audio together.
Right.
So, oh, sorry. Somebody did call in. My bad. I was not looking at the monitor. You can call in again. I'll grab you. Sorry. My bad. I have all the notifications off. So what happens is if I'm not looking this way, I miss what's happening here. So I'll look this way. But go ahead, Ice. You were saying something? Look this way.
No, that's a good point because just make sure that you record this for the SOP, because what I want to do is I also want to look at how we as the other hosts, once we start pushing out this type of stuff to the other tech, because it'll be more cost effective to run it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to make sure that we don't get that echo. You know what I mean? So I hope you're taking notes, man. I don't want to
Well, it's recorded for longevity.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody wants to sit there and listen to us going bantering back and forth when it could just be read in a 4 or 5 line paragraph. You know?
Yeah. I'll go back and take notes. I just talk out my ass most of the time. I don't know what I'm saying.
This whole show is talking out of your ass right now. Everything you're setting up. As a matter of fact, we're all talking out of your ass at the moment because this was your talking out of your ass idea.
Hey, you keep it up, young man, and I will disconnect you. I have the power.
Okay.
It will be me and Kaz. It's gonna be kicking it with CQ and Kaz here in a minute.
My 2 dads are fighting again.
I'm like the cool young stepdad. That's like I'm the stepdad that's like your same age kind of thing. You know, your mom marries a much younger guy like that. I went to high school with that guy.
You're that uncle that likes to fucking poke. That's what you're the uncle that's just poking and poking. Yeah.
All right.
Kaz is the official stepdad. So.
Yeah. Okay. We do got a caller. I was able to grab him this time without you distracting me. Hey, who's there? Okay. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that. Fantastic.
We had a long time since we had flushed.
Yeah. Did we just get flushed?
That's right.
We got flushed.
Good times. All right. So new tech, we talked about that. New show, we talked about that. Host of the new show, we talked about that. I mean, what else do we got?
We got Kaz, let's. Is there anything, since we're just kind of doing a preview? Can you want to shoot the shit about what your format's looking like?
Well, I really don't know. I think I'm going to vamp it, or pull it out my ass like Uncle CQ says.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna learn as we go. I don't want to copy. I mean, because Red Leg did a fantastic Friday Night Freedom, and Minx took over for Red Leg. And she did a really fine job. So I just want to keep it real. I mean, we'll talk about real stuff, stuff that's affecting our audience, our listeners. Call in and BS, man. We can talk about fishing. We can talk about wearing masks at Walmart or whatever. It doesn't matter, man. This is all about whatever our audience would like to do.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Wearing masks at Walmart. Are they still? Is that still happening? Is that where?
Down here in Texas, everything. I mean, everybody's masked up. Even at work. I mean, if we're going to be, it used to be if you're going to be within 6 feet of somebody else, then wear a mask. Everybody wears a mask all the time anyway, especially in the common areas. I work in a pretty small lab, or it's a big lab with I got a small crew, so we're not really near each other a lot. So we have our masks with us. I don't wear a mask. I wear one of those gaiters. So, it's easy. It's draped around the neck. If I need it, I pull it up, and everything's great. I do laugh at people that I see when I drive. I drive quite a bit. See them, driving in a car by themselves, and they're wearing masks.
Oh, my God.
I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Holy crap. My biggest thing is I've seen it pushed now back and forth to where now they want to get kids as young as 5 now to wear masks. And yeah, I know there's sometimes I don't know, trying to get the boy to keep a mask on. He'll be like, what's this? and so now they're mandating that kids 5 and up. There used to be a specific age, like it was like under 10 and or under 10, or there was whatever state it was, but now they're pushing 5 years and up, and I'm thinking, holy crap, I got a kid who likes to run, who likes to, he's a little boy, he likes to climb on trees, eat bugs, and all sort of shit. So he's not gonna sit there and have to fight to put a mask on, and then he's going to a daycare or a school. I'll be damned if I'm gonna have another adult try to fight him to put a fucking mask on. You know what I mean?
I'm home from wherever he's at with somebody else's mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like you want to trade masks?
Yeah, exactly. Here, you can wear my mask, and I can wear. I like your Darth Vader mask. I want a Darth Vader mask. And the next thing you know, he comes home wearing a red panda mask or some shit like that. You know what I mean? He's wearing some kid, but Tina says, do y'all think King Jong-un kicked it? See, that's freedom stuff right there. Man. That's what I'm talking about.
That's talking freedom, America.
We're freaking freedom. What is the? I think.
Hey, we got another caller. Just so you heads up. We got Stefan. First name I've seen, Stefan.
That's our resident of Florida man.
Yeah, Stefan. Hey, how's it going, Florida man here?
Hey, what's going on?
So we were just talking about you guys were talking about masks, and I've been out and about here in Florida, and it's been freaking crazy because a lot of people just completely refuse to wear masks, and there will be signs on the store door, and they say you can't enter our establishment without a mask, and people just walk in like, I don't give a shit. So
it's the level of enforcement that's allowed. Fortunately, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any pushback at all for masks. Business says masks are required, then guess what? Required. I haven't seen any pushback at all here, and that's just here.
So I went to Harbor Freight Tools just to pick up something. I was working on my swimming pool, and I had to buy a wrench or whatever. And I walk in there, and I go in there, and like there's a bunch of people in there. They're all wearing masks. And this one guy comes in, and I'm not sure if he was homeless or not. He kind of looked pretty ragged, and he just starts walking around the store and whatnot. And I was like, whatever. I don't give a shit about this guy. But he just kind of registered on my radar. And I go to find what I need to find, and an employee walked up to him and said, "Hey, man, do you have a mask?" And the guy's like, "No, I don't have one." And so the employee was like, "All right, no worries, I got you." The employee actually walked over, grabbed a mask out of a bag, and said, "Hey, man, here's a mask. Put it on. You're good to go. Just please, wear it." So, I mean, and then you go to Walmart, and they have a sign on the door, and it says, you must wear a mask in this facility. And you walk in the door, and like half of the people are like, well, I ain't going to wear one of those things. And how do you enforce that?
It's hard. I mean, here in Texas, I think, especially down in Houston, I think there's a fine attached. There may or may not be a fine attached up here. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm not going to push it. If masks make other people feel comfortable, then guess what? I'm wearing a mask, man. I'm not here to rock the boat.
Well, I mean, I think it's more of it's understandable to the business. You know what I mean? If the business feels that, and it's well within their call, and if they say, hey, you got to wear a mask, I'm gonna abide by what the business says. But as soon as I walk out of the business, I'm taking the mask off, and I'm walking, and by that, I'm walking from building to my vehicle, putting the kid in, putting groceries in, or putting whatever I got, and then heading out, going about my day. I'm not going to I don't really think that when I'm out running, doing PT, or when I'm working out or whatever, I don't really think I need to fucking, I don't know, have a mask for that. That's, I think, the biggest drama of all the mask issues is that everyone is not, how do I say this? Everyone is not minding their fucking business. I mean, it's what it is. And they're being overzealous in their enforcement of it. And you got to remember, the CDC's gone back and forth of, first it was wear a mask if you, like you said, Kaz, if you can't help getting within 6 feet. Okay. Well, if you come up to me yelling at me because I don't have a mask on because you saw me walking across a parking lot, then you're kind of like violating my space already in that. I mean, that's not to sound like a safe space queen, but a drama queen, but that's what it is. It's that you're really getting in my space and getting my face. That makes it worse. So the confrontation of it, to me, I think it's because of a lot of overzealous individuals think they don't understand about the mask being, like you said, if it's policy, store comes in, you go in, handle your business, and you come out, then that's it. I mean, it shouldn't be no big deal if it's the store, but I mean, we're hearing people, we're hearing experts talking about it walking into or hanging out in your house. You have friends coming over, when you have people come. I'm sorry, man. I don't think so.
I'm cutting my grass. I'm not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. In the chats, we've got Phil says, I've seen the Walmart here turn people away with security and cops placed out front. And Gary says, I don't see anyone in Virginia enforce it. I'll wear mine if the business says so.
Right. That's the same thing. If Walmart wants to turn people away, if the business wants to turn people away, that's their business. It's literally their business. You know what I mean? Because look at it from the business point of view. There are people out there that just want to sue the crap out of everybody for anything. And there's going to be that one fucking time where the store goes, okay, fine, we're not going to enforce masks. Somebody gets the Rona, and the next thing you know, the person's going to get sued, or the business is going to get sued and taken to court due to the fact that they didn't have a mask policy up, and some elderly guy walked in there and was like, no mask. And then he's going to walk in there, and he's going to walk in, he's going to have no mask, and he is of the age group, of course, noted by the CDC, according to their statistics. He's of that age demographic that if he gets the Rona, he's keeling over. Then all of a sudden, the family of that elderly man will go, oh, well, you should have had a mask policy. So now my grandfather or great grandfather died because you didn't have a mask policy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's that I can understand both. And like Pip said in the chat about Walmart, you're gonna have to understand where they're coming. It's fucking Walmart, dude. A large organization like that will get sued
repeatedly.
Yeah. Well, why aren't there cops at the Killeen Walmart?
I mean, that's going to get really difficult to. It's going to be more like towards like the cigarette thing, where like, well, did you always smoke Marlboros? Oh no, you smoked a couple other cigarettes, so Marlboro's not responsible for you getting lung cancer.
Right. I think that there's individuals who have smoked a long friggin' time and have just died. You know, you always hear about that one old crusty World War II veteran that sat on his porch and smoked a cigar every fucking day and had a brandy, and he died at the ripe old age of 101. He didn't die of cancer. He didn't die of anything else. He died of old age.
No,
yeah, exactly. Oh no, he died of Rona. But then there's individuals that I know that never smoked at all. Have never smoked at all. Have never been had any issues with any respiratory issues and like that. And all of a sudden they find out they have a lump on their freaking chest, or they got a fucking one of their lobes on their fucking lungs gets it.
I mean, look, Chadwick Boseman just died. I mean, the dude was Black Panther. He's in super good shape, eats healthy, exercises. I mean,
the dude was fit, man.
Yeah, like well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
So I've got a pop culture warrior question for you.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Culture question for our resident pop culture warrior.
Okay.
You've seen Tropic Thunder, right?
Of course. I already know what the question is, but go ahead.
Right. What do you think? The new Black Panther.
Do you think it should be that?
All right.
Robert Downey
that didn't go where I thought it was going to go, actually. Sorry. I take it back. No, that's hysterical.
No, but you know what? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because. But look at the humor of it though, and look at the seriousness of it though.
Yeah.
It's because Robert Downey Jr., who is part of the Marvel universe, who has portrayed people in the Marvel universe, has said, he's portrayed that actor who was a dude just being a dude, pretending to be another dude.
Yeah. I think it'd be hysterical. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. But the pop culture warrior in me is going, no, not gonna happen. But I think that's hysterical. And
if you want to stir the pot, how do you poke the bear?
Yeah, that's
relations right now.
And now that's all that's going through my head is just Robert Downey Jr. like going, Wakanda forever. Oh, man.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
There you go.
You're right. What is funny though is that in the storyline, it's his sister, anyways, that assumes the throne.
Yeah.
He
goes off to play Avenger, and so they're like, dude, you're never here, and that's kind of what the king is supposed to be here and see his people, and he's like, but I'm doing the Avengers stuff, and so they're like, well, hand off the throne, and he gives it to Shuri.
He's on TDY.
Yeah, yeah. He's out there banging Storm. They're on a beach somewhere. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate, man. It is so sad.
Did you ever watch that link that I gave you? About
yeah. That's crazy.
What's that? What link? What?
I dropped it in Ops on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a link to an interview with Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I did see that. Yeah. That bro. You know, you bring up a point too. Is that he was going through all that treatment, going through all those surgeries and shit, and freaking was still shooting those films. Was still doing those movies. Was still
incredible, dedicated to his craft.
Wasn't he stage for like 3 years of that?
Yeah.
He was at cancer centers visiting children, doing all kinds of.
Who better to know truly what they're going through and be able to, like, adequately say, like, I understand. Then obviously, you know, he doesn't say that. That's not for him to say. But I think that's a really beautiful, like, like, I can't imagine if, like, you get the news, oh, you're stage 4, like, that's it, you're numbered, like, your chances of survival are less than 10%. Like,
he never quit.
Yeah, you to keep working, to keep doing charitable work, to not make it about you. I'll be the first one, like, guys, I got cancer. And, like, we need to throw fundraisers and like, I would make it all about me. Like, fuck, I'm dying. So yeah.
I don't think that, I don't know, maybe it's part of, it was part of that, I guess it's one of your internal callings when you have a bucket list type. You know, when you have that drive that I think he wanted to finish, like, he had all these things coming to him, and he knew himself that Black Panther was going to be replaced or not going to be him anymore for any longer, which I think is what continued the drive for it. I mean, Stan Lee, and Stan Lee, he even said he was perfect for that role.
Yeah.
His drive. I'm willing to bet that not only did the creators, the directors of the Black Panther and the Avengers series and all that, not only did they know, but I had a feeling that Stan Lee knew as well, and was really, like, he knew something was up. You know what I mean? There's just kind of a, you know,
they were actually close. A lot of people don't know this, but Stan Lee and Chadwick Boseman were actually pretty close when Stan Lee did his handprints and footprints in the theater in L.A. Only 2 Marvel people showed up, and that was Chadwick Boseman and Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Coulson. They were the only 2 Marvel people in attendance.
Isn't that kind of messed up, though, dude? The guy who creates the fucking world that you're acting in, and you don't show up to him getting his fucking handprints on the damn. That's like a. I mean.
Yeah, no, there's a lot behind that. I mean, speaking of a guy, I love the trades and stuff, and, like, because there's always, scheduling things. People are off at movie shoots and doing stuff. But there's also, I think, as I've heard stories where, like, as the attendee, as the honoree, you can only have like 10 guests or something like that. So if you have your family and your close friends, and then, like, because he had Kevin Feige, who's, big producer guy. He had Kevin Smith was there as one of his guests, and then Chadwick. Right. So for him to give one of his spots to Chadwick Boseman, again, shows how close they were. And then Clark Gregg. Plus, if you have and think about it, you're Robert Downey Jr. You want to honor Stan Lee. If you step foot in that plaza, it becomes about you and not about Stan Lee. So the most honorable thing you could do is say, like, I'm not going to show up because I want this to be about you. Okay, I'm the half full guy. I'm the optimist guy. I'm the, like, give credit, like, unbeknownst, credit.
Good point, though. That's a good point. No, you're right. But I was just thinking that there'd be more, because especially in the age of social media, there would have been more of a support from, I don't know, the guy who, and he is their original. That's like George Lucas farts, and the next thing you know, all these nerds across the planet
share it out there.
want to show up. You know what I mean? They want to see something, or they want to be part of the George Lucas experience. Even if he's doing something that's 3 blocks away, they could just say, "It's that George Lucas putting his handprint in the theater across the street. You know what I mean? That they don't care. They want to see that.
No,
they want to be part of the experience.
It's true. I was watching live when it happened. But yeah, no, it was just going to the point that like Stan Lee and Chadwick Boseman were actually pretty close for that. At that point, you know, he had only been part of like, was it Captain America Civil War and the Black Panther movie? Like he hadn't even been part of the Avengers movies yet. And for him to be there and be a big name, a big actor, you know, probably the biggest celebrity at that event. I thought that was pretty cool for him to, and he said some really nice words for Stan Lee. Some very, very, very nice words.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's just like Cos was saying, man, that guy just like stage 4 for so freaking long, and was still killing it, and still fucking rocking and rolling, doing the still on the front lines for you know the Black Justice movement. He was still honoring, like one of his last videos honoring Jackie Robinson. You know, still how many guys, how many actors, you know, will do, let's say, I don't know, some legendary story. You know, I'm gonna do the story on I don't know. Now I feel bad singling out any person, but I'm gonna do the Vanilla Ice story, and they get lost in the character, and they get lost in the thing, and they hype him up, and they talk about him, they promote him. The minute that movie drops, all like they're on to the next project, and that's it. They've moved past that character. They moved past what a legend he was, what a history he had. Chadwick Boseman, years after playing Jackie Robinson, was still making sure people knew about him. Was still, you know, he's you know, done James Brown. He's done all these other films, and he's all this other success, and was still promoting a guy, you know, and still like I liked everything about him. And just such a loss for him as a person, for Hollywood as a whole, and obviously as a big Marvel geek. Just really sad to see. I really do think that they're gonna pull a little Hollywood magic to maybe get him on screen one last time. Like I'm hoping maybe he did some knowing that it was the end was close. Maybe he did some voice recordings. Maybe they you know, filmed some stuff. I don't know. Just hoping, because I would love to, you know, when Paul Walker died, you know, they were able to use footage, use a stunt double, use CGI, and kind of give him a nice farewell. Like, I want that for him.
Carrie Fisher as well.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. So I want that for him. I want him to have, I don't want him to just, like, the next movie goes, where's Black Panther? He's busy. He's not here. He's doing some stuff. Like let's give him a really, at least a scene, one single scene, a good send off. You know, the character deserves it. You know, the work he put into that.
Do you want to go ahead and put us on breaks? That way we can test the tech on going on break and then coming back on.
Yeah. I totally forgot I'm having such a good time. I didn't realize what time it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys.
Good suggestion, Sergeant Major Daly.
Yeah. Like, hey, you're the guest here. You don't tell me when to go on break. I tell you when we're going on break. And we're going on break because I want to go on break, not because I told me to go on break.
Right.
Hang on, I gotta prep my buttons here. Okay, guys, we're gonna go on a short break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
looking up and fading out. Cirrus shapes I found blow me away. Van Allen right around, pushing through. Skin is brown. Nature has us trapped in fear, so I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Constellation theme, mapping stars they're meant to be. Geminis are free of suicidal kings. This misty maze of me, so obvious yet never seen. Feeling though the fog will lift to find me lost at sea. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Myself and I am so lost in beautiful, far away from life. But I want your soul, feeling to be mine. Oh, I just don't get it. When will your heart beat with my mind? I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me?
Call the show now at 415-889-8367. The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
And we're back from whatever this is. We're back with what this is. This is what it is, and we're back. I was busy playing Avengers video games on break while everybody else, I don't know, did what they did.
Drink some shit. We were all refilling our glasses and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna. It's just they can only see me, so I'm gonna pull you guys back in here. We still have a caller on the line too. I was joking. We've got a Toad Jumper behind us.
Neglected caller.
A neglected caller. So welcome back, Ice, Kaz, Stefan, everybody. Well, welcome back from break. Now we were talking. We were talking.
We were talking about the fact that they're of the whatchamacallits of the network. You were going to Home Depot and Lowe's and all the home networking, home video teleconferencing. Stefan, what were you saying about that?
Wait, let me get back into where we were at. Sorry, I was trying to send Cause a picture.
We were talking about your trip to Home Depot. No, Best Buy.
Best Buy, yeah.
Oh, so there's been 2 trips to Best Buy in the last 6 months. So the first time I walked in there, I went in there and they were like, "We're practicing social distancing." I actually wasn't wearing a mask. Nobody there was wearing a mask, and I was like, "Hey," the guy said, do you need any help? And I said, I think I really know what I need, but I think I can go figure this one out. So I walked around. I was actually looking for a solid state hard drive, and I ended up having to ask one of the guys, and he's like, "Hey, can you stay back for me about 6 feet?" So this was probably like April time frame. So
But right when all this Rona stuff kicked off with all the
yeah,
options and closings and
yeah. So that and well, this was at Best Buy, not Home Depot. So well, then I went to Home Depot last weekend to fix my pool pump, and it was like really weird because like half of the people in there were like, "Well, we ain't wearing a mask," and they're just like I ain't gonna wear one. And I'm like, well, and my contractor buddy who was helping with the pool pump, he's like, "Hey, dude, you need to put on a mask," and he's like a pretty like rough, tough guy, and I'm like, all right, so and I had a pile of masks because I bought some. And so we wore masks, and it was no issue. It's like, well, it doesn't take away any of the bald eagles from your freedoms to wear a mask, to walk into a store and go and buy what you need to buy, and walk around.
Yeah, it takes about one. I'd say maybe two bald eagles from two out of 5 bald eagles. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you off.
No worries. So yeah, it's like I was walking around Home Depot and say, no worries. So we walk around. Every employee is wearing a mask, but it's the patrons, the people that are shopping there, are not wearing the masks. And I'm like, well, the mask prevents you from spreading it to other people. It doesn't prevent you from getting it from other people, right? It's like a diode, like it's a one-way valve. And so wearing a mask prevents you from spreading it, but so. Basically, I'm like looking at all these jackasses. I'm like, well, so you all just don't give a shit. And I'm not like the Karen, like jumping out, like yelling at people, and like, "Yo, you need to put on a mask." I'm like, just more as an observer. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's.
If you're a fan of observing human behavior, this is a really good time to do that. Just to see the way that people act.
Yeah.
With thing and the social distancing, and it's really fantastic. I love watching people.
Real quick, I just want to I want to jump in. Sorry, no, I just quick reminder. They're talking about it in the chats right now. It's Pookie's birthday.
Oh shit!
Happy birthday, Pookie.
You know what? I'll bet you Pookie looks kind of funny in a mask because he's got this majestic, huge beard.
Oh yeah,
he's got wearing one of the little itty bitty masks or something over.
Yeah, he's gotta get like the beard condom that goes over that, and then like the mask over that.
Like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Happy birthday, Pookie.
Yeah, so happy birthday, bud. I see him hanging in the chats. Why are you hanging in our chats on your birthday, man? Come on, go party. Shouldn't be in the chats. No, please don't go anywhere. We love you. We need you. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to cut in, but everybody was giving shout outs to Pookie, and I just want to make sure we get it in there.
What were you saying, Stefan? You were like,
who?
Who? Are you still? We're still like waiting on the. We still got a caller, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Go ahead.
Where do we leave off at?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Stuff.
Okay.
Things and stuff.
Wearing a mask is to prevent other people from getting it, not you from getting it.
Yeah. So I mean, in the United States, we're all military, ex-military, whatever. But personal responsibility. You take responsibility for your actions. In the United States, people are not taking responsibility for their own actions. You don't wear a mask for your own health. You wear it for the other people, and that's what people are just like. And I'm not being a Karen. I'm not like, oh, you need to wear a mask and like pointing, like I'm like, you're just sitting there observing, and you're like, wow. I mean, people are fucking dumb.
Yeah, I'll agree. Some is dumb. Some people, I just don't think they don't care. Some people aren't educated enough on the topic. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So where I work, in order to get into our facility, before you even walk in the door, you have to take a test on your phone, and it's through a company provided application, which you can go into that wherever you want to go with that as far as the tracking. But you have to pass a test, which they ask you, have you been near somebody with COVID? Well, No, because they never informed me. Have you had a temperature over 100 and something degrees? No. Have you felt sick? No. And then you click OK, and then it's like, oh, you're good to go. You're okay for work today.
And
Then
boom,
you
all
walk
the
in.
results go straight to China.
Absolutely, right? I'm like, who knows where this data is going? And then you walk in, and then you show you badge in, and then the guard takes your temperature, and then once the guard takes your temperature, and you show him the positive test that says that you're good to go to work, then you're actually allowed into the facility. So our facility is like totally locked down.
We were locked down for a while. They stopped temperature checks, so it's just everything's back to normal, but there is a mandatory mask thing. And they are doing contact tracing. We do have a lot of outside people that come in for tours and things like that, government folks, and so there's some restrictions as far as who can come in, and then there's of course questionnaires that they have to fill out. The only question I've had to fill out is dude, Guitar Center. I walked into Guitar Center. I needed a cable for my guitar. And they asked me a series of questions before I was allowed into the store. You know, you walk through the main store, and then they have like a little like a hi-hat there, and instead of the hi-hat symbols, they have a thing of hand sanitizer. So you hit this hi-hat thing, and it squirts the hand sanitizer in your hand. So as you're rubbing this hand sanitizer, if you're sick, or if you have been sick, or if you've been ever diagnosed with Rona, and then you're allowed into the store. I was also, every time I go to see my chiropractor, I have to fill out a paper thing that says, you know, it's a list of questions, like 6 or 8 questions, and then if you answer to their satisfaction, then they say, okay, very good. They shred the document right there. So it's not like they maintain anything. But those are the only things that I've ever been quizzed on, or, you know, as far as temperature. Month or so that we had to do our daily temperature thing. We got to work, but other than that, they kind of stopped that. But this is Texas. I mean, we just do what the fuck we want.
Yeah, you know, here in Florida, it's like 100 degrees outside, and you walk in, and then they take your temperature, and by scanning your face, and you're like, shit, I hope my face cooled down after walking out of my car.
Right? Yeah. All the guys that come back from lunch are like that. I get to work at dark 30 in the morning, but everything's fine. But I could imagine going out for lunch or having to go out to your car and then get back in to have your temperature being taken when it's 106 degrees.
I just get winded and hot from too much moving. So that's mostly just me being out of shape.
You're out of breath.
Yeah. Like if I had to go upstairs and come back down, if they checked my temperature, I'd be sent straight to the hospital. So I don't know. That's just me.
So do you want to hear a funny story about the temperature checks? This you guys are gonna laugh about this one.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So my supervisor, his father was going through some medical issues, and this was probably the end of March, the beginning of April. So it was about when the virus was sort of starting to get serious, and his father was having a fever. And so he was flipping out. So he went to Walgreens, he went to CVS, he went to all these stores, and he came back into the office, and he's like freaking out. He's my supervisor, and he's like, I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, I can't find a thermometer. My father is having a fever, and we're trying to figure out what his temperature is. We need to take him to the hospital. And this was like right at about the cusp of when the whole virus thing went like fucking crazy. And I was like, did you try Tractor Supply? And he's like, why the fuck? He's like, why would Tractor Supply have thermometers? And I was like, well, check it out. So we went on the website, we looked it up. Tractor Supply had thermometers. He goes to Tractor Supply, buys a thermometer that you stick up a bull's ass.
Hey.
Wow.
And I was like, well, do you think the temperature reading's not going to be correct?
It'll read whatever it reads.
Yeah, I mean, it's how calibrated is it? It's going to be just as good as the Chinese one you buy at the one at CVS.
Well, it depends also how you're using it. It's calibrated to orifices.
Calibrate this.
I just looked up the rectal temperature of a calf is about 101.5 to 103.5.
God bless the internet.
So an adult cow is between 100 and 102.
So he went and bought this thermometer at Tractor Supply, and it worked. It told him what his dad's temperature was.
Did he ram it up his butt, or did he?
I mean, you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with, right? I mean, we're in desperate times, so get what you can get.
I mean, I can't imagine what size this thing must have been. I mean,
you're not paid by your message. You're paid by your results, right?
I'd like to say, again, Stefan, yeah, got it.
Hey, it worked.
This was supposed to have gone. This conversation was supposed to have been gone to the gaming side of the house, and all of a sudden we're talking about rectal thermometers for fucking bowls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just.
Speaking of gaming, Avengers came out today, and I've been playing it all day.
Dude,
Great game.
Is it really that good?
You know what's the funny thing? So I played the beta. They had a beta where they released like a small, tiny chunk that you can play ahead of time. I played it, and I was like, I was gonna buy it anyway, regardless, because I like to support what I love, and so I was gonna buy it anyway. And I was like, it's good. But now actually having it and playing it, it's better than what, I don't know. It's a weird experience. I was the graph, this thing would be like, I was super excited for it. Then I started finding out details about it, not so excited. Then I played the beta. I was like, all right, I'm a little excited. I got bored with the beta and I'm not so excited. And then I got it today, and I've actually been playing all day because it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I think the story is great. It's kind of like any old, it's almost like a dungeon crawler where you're grinding for gear and just battling waves and waves of enemies and finding little loot and equipping items, but the story is engrossing. It is touching. Like I'm gonna be that guy that for a moment I actually was like, like I had I had to stifle like a reaction. There was this really touching moment in oh man, it was this father and the daughter and this boy. I was just like, oh, like I have a kid. I know what that feels like. And I had this moment, and I was like, all right, if a game can make me feel, then it's a good game. I think because any game can make you punch bad guys in the face repeatedly and do all this and that.
I mean, you do a lot of gaming and pop culture type thing. You watch a lot of movies.
I do.
You do like to watch that stuff, and you.
Nope, never seen a movie. Never seen a movie. Not one.
Do you find yourself having your dreams affected by the amount of video games you play, or the amount of movies that you watch, or the amount of pop culture that you consume?
No. Funny enough, no. Maybe because I've been doing it for so many years that it just doesn't affect me. It's like an inoculation. But no lie. So when we just had the last guest we had on Pop Culture Warrior was the military tech advisor for the Outpost. Yeah. And I was curious about some of his work because IMDb. I want to understand my guest. I want to dig in a little bit, and so I looked at his IMDb. I saw some of the stuff he worked on. And I was like, all right, cool. So like literally the night before, I was watching some stuff. Then this military documentary came on, and obviously the Outpost and stuff, and I was watching it, and I ran up and went to bed. Now, funny enough, years of service, I don't have a lot of military dreams. I really don't. It's weird. I don't have years in combat. Don't really have a lot of combat dreams or anything like that. That night, I had I had a dream that I went to I went back to basic training as me now. Was like, okay, I'm going back into service. Like, and I was in basic training as a private because obviously I've been out for so long, and like there was all these 17, 18-year-olds, and they're looking at me like, what do you want, drill sergeant? I'm like, nah, man, I'm just a private here. I'm just one of you guys, and it was just so like I was older than most of the drill sergeants, so it was super weird, and it was a whole thing. So that it's funny you mentioned that because that was the first time. Yeah, it was the first time that I think something that I directly watched and was like absorbed with affected my dreams. Because I don't, yeah.
I mean, did you ever have anything, I mean, not even your bad experiences that like, you're getting shot and stuff like that? Never?
No, it's funny. Yeah, I mean, maybe like way back in the beginning, like I got injured in 2005, so maybe like that year, maybe I was on a lot of narcotics, I was on a lot of pills, a lot of drugs, but no, I've kind of come to terms with a lot of that stuff, man. I'll be the first to admit, like I struggle with PTSD and do all those things, and I've been to counseling and therapy, and I was on medication for a while, and I've gone, I've worked through a lot of a lot of it, because a lot of it was like survivor's guilt, and then why me, and then all this, it's all this stuff. But
the mind works in mysterious ways, man.
It does.
It's how the mind works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Where were you in 05?
I'm sorry.
Where were you in 05?
I was in Afghanistan. That was my second, or 03. I jumped into Iraq with the 173rd. 05, I was in Afghanistan with the 173rd. And that was the.
I was in.
Go ahead.
You were with me. I was with you.
We were together. What part of Afghanistan were you in?
Well, in the beginning of 05, I went out to Oregon E with the first 508, and then I went up to Bagram, then went down.
Shut your fucking mouth right now. Did you just say first in the 508? I'm sorry. I just got excited. You're 508? No kidding.
So I was attached. I wasn't a part of the 173rd. I was.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I was like, you're not one of. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. No, I was Alpha Company. I was Alpha Company first 508. So
yeah, so
I was in Oregon.
I was with you guys out in Oregon E, yeah, and then I went up to Ghazni after that, and then it was March 25th where that helicopter hit the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So
that's fucking crazy, man. That's wild, man. We were not like, I get it all the time. Like, oh my God, we were in Afghanistan together. I'm like, bitch, you know how big Afghanistan is? Like, we were not in Afghanistan together. But you were in the same like 30-foot base that I was on. Like, that's crazy. How, like, you were there from from when to when in that 05 deployment? Like, what do you remember? What month you left?
So I went out there in March, and I left somewhere around the end of March. Then I went to Oregon, or from Oregon E to Ghazni, and then we spent probably like a month in Ghazni, and then I went up to Bagram, and then Bagram, they sent me back down to Kandahar, and then we did a convoy from Kandahar up to Kalat, and then I spent the rest of the time with the 2nd, 503rd.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, we were in Oregon E together. I was there in March. I was there we were there the whole time. Well, my whole time, because I got shot in September. So I was there from March to September. But that's crazy, man. We crossed paths.
Yeah, at the Hard Rocket Cafe.
Fucking, what a small world, man.
You ain't lying.
Jesus Christ. And here I was going to hang up on you a while ago. I would have never known.
But first, you completely forgot about you.
Yeah, first I forgot about you. Then I was going to hang up on you. No, that's badass, man. Well, it's a pleasure getting to talk to you after all these years. I probably never even shared a word back then. But yeah, that's fucking cool, man. Yeah, small world.
We were part of the support apparatus, part of Task Force. Was it Task Force? What were we?
Yeah, at this point, I've put all that shit to. I couldn't even tell you what.
Oh, it was like JTF 76 Task Force Bayonet.
Oh yeah, Bayonet. Yeah.
And going back and like bringing back the Wayback Machine and shit. So he was like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing, man. Even when I got up to E5, like, I was never the guy. They're like, okay, this is mission crossing sabers, tigers. Like, dude, whatever. Just tell me where the fuck to go, who to shoot, and I'm coming back. Like, I don't got time to memorize. They're like, okay, you're gonna take 6251 route Cobra up to Tigers Valley. I'm like, dude, just give me a map grid. I'll plug it in. Let's go. Like, I don't got time for this. Like, all the time, people are like, oh, were you a part of Operation Anaconda? I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. Operation Anaconda happened like right on the onset of the war, though.
Yeah,
it was literally on the onset.
Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns.
Yes.
Yeah, that happened, almost 20 years ago.
Hey, Phil, don't be giving me shit, man. Phil says, "Oh, they're having a moment." You know what? You shut up. You talk to somebody who you cross paths with 19 years ago randomly, and you don't have a moment.
You bitter motherfucker.
You bitter of being bitter.
You're just jealous. You're just jelly, bro. You're just jelly.
Yeah.
You have friends? No, you don't have friends.
Oh my God, the things that happen. No, that's so funny, man. I get okay, so I get this one all the time. Because I have like my, I have my shirt that has the crest, the 508 crest and whatever, and like I was at the gym. This guy's like, "Oh, you 508?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I was 508." Like, "Oh shit, man." We're like all excited, and then it turns out
I hate you, motherfucker.
you were second platoon. What? No, no. What turns out is like after I got injured, after that deployment, 508 actually got deactivated, and then they all got merged into the 503rd, and then it got reactivated in Fort Bragg. So this guy was like, "Oh yeah, what years were you in Bragg?" I was like, "What? I was in Bragg? I was the real 508, 173rd." And he's like, "Yeah."
But you bring up a good point though, CQ. That's what makes you man when a lot of guys. Those are the ones that will usually get mad when you don't like line up with their timeline.
Yeah.
And they say you're stolen valor or some shit. You know what I mean? And then it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, for real. And CQ, you didn't get injured. You got shot, bro.
Yeah.
The bad guy shot. You got hit. There was no. Stop saying injured like you fell off a bike, bro. You got shot.
So I got shot 5 times while dragging a guy through a combat zone. It was what? It's not a big. I'm not a hero. Stop calling me a hero, okay? Why do you keep calling me a hero?
Got tripping getting to him. Okay, how about that? But not stumbling and you're oh shit. Then you got shot or something. You can say you got injured there, but no, I see what you're saying. But a lot of guys do that. They get mad at you. Not mad at you, but they go, oh well. You're a Bragg, and then you're like, no, I wasn't a Bragg. Well, how do you know what the unit was? And,
yeah. If you don't know your history, it could easily be misinterpreted.
I get that with my dad in Vietnam because the unit that my dad was in split. Originally was part of the 4th Infantry Division, and then it split to the 25th Infantry Division, and then the 1 battalion went to Schofield Barracks, and then another one went to Fort Drum. 114 and 214 Infantry Regiment.
Damn.
And I will talk to some, old vets or something like that. I'm like, yeah, my dad was in Vietnam, and he was in Pleiku, and they start, we all start doing the numbers match, and oh yeah, well he was at this and he was at this camp. I'm like, yeah, well, when did he get wounded? He had 1968. So we start going back and forth, and then they're like, yeah, and then so does he ever go to the 25th ID reunion? I'm like, oh well, no, he used to go to All American Week at Fort Bragg because uncle was in the 82nd. So, that we kind of had that family lineage of the 82nd, but he never went to a 20. I don't even know why he would go to the 25th because he was in 4th ID. Oh, and that's when I would get it. What do you mean? What do you mean you weren't in 25th ID? He was in, I thought you said he was 114 and I'm like, okay, yeah. So that I've actually have had help veterans build up their pages and their websites to get that shit squared away just for that reason right there, because sometimes you'll get those individuals that will not, like you said, not know a history of their units and then immediately want to start calling stolen valor or whatever. So
yeah,
that's just an option.
That I was ever in has been disbanded.
So you don't exist.
This
like I wasn't in the military.
Yeah, so your DD-214 was disbanded too, is that what you're saying?
Well, no, my DD-214 is legit.
It was just deactivated.
Lots of black redacted.
It's like
I was in 6th Cav at Hood, and then we got absorbed into 13 Corps Support Command, and then that turned into 3rd ID, and then ID went away, and I was in that little hiatus of 3rd ID is assuming my unit from 13 Corps Support Command. Special Troops Battalion, but I was in the middle of ETSing at the time, so I was like, I was living in a vacant barracks with no bedding at all. I was living on a fucking mattress because we didn't have supply. There was no command. It was just I was out of the company, kind of hadn't left yet. It sucked. ETS.
Try filling SF-86, and they're like, well, who was your supervisor? And the company doesn't exist anymore.
I was.
That was you.
That was redacted.
That was redacted. I don't even know who the guy is anymore.
There's a black highlighter on that damn thing.
The black highlighter. Oh man! So, Costa, you excited, man? Are you pumped for this new
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm nervous. I've got big shoes to fill. Friday night show in the past has been a flagship for the station, so I feel an immense sense of responsibility to perform. So it's going to be great, and we're going to get through this together. And I'm going to take cues from our fans and from you, and going to get it done.
It's going to be awesome.
I need a co-host.
Oh yeah, yeah, you do. Everyone has to talk about that.
It really sucks. I've done shows by myself, and it's horrible. I don't vamp very well, so it's. I don't like.
Yeah, I wing it all the time. So I just look at a picture of someone and I just start blabbing like I'm talking to that person. You know what I mean? And then I switch pictures, different.
It sucks when if I come home from work and you're doing like a Sergeant's Time show or you're doing your Monday edition, and I usually get home right around when the show begins, about 10 minutes before then, and then you're talking and I don't hear Flash or anybody else. I'm like, this motherfucker's doing it by himself. And it takes me about 30 minutes to actually, okay, there's nobody else on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens.
That's a skill.
We'll talk about that after we're done. After we're done here, we'll talk about all that stuff and see, because then if that's the case, and we'll see what happens. We're probably gonna end up piping up some hires, some new hires for this. That way we can get because if we're gonna have an increase, I'm looking at maybe just opening up some slots, looking at where we need to put people, and then from
fresh
there,
blood. Yeah, we need new co-hosts.
We got radar stuff ready to go. He said he needs to look at his schedule and reconsolidate for a second, and then he's gonna, as soon as he hits me up, he's gonna say, hey, all right, let's go.
That hasn't been announced yet, man.
I really like. I've seen the Radar Cave. I think it's pretty damn badass.
It is.
I really can't wait for him to start his show.
Yeah, same here.
Has that been officially announced? Are we breaking ground here?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We discussed Radar opening up his own show, but we just were waiting for him to, because he's been busy. He had all that stuff happening at work because of COVID, and then I mean, not to throw a lot of his business out, but he has some COVID issues and stuff happening, and then he's decided, okay, hey, look, I'm like, okay, we're Sunday edition's going down. This. Do you want to let's you're back from Sturgis.
Yeah.
You don't have the Rona. You're good to go. So let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll do it.
I meant to the audience. Has that been announced to the audience? I thought we kept that in house for now, but
no, we talked about it on the air a time or two.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
I haven't.
Yeah, and then
some of us are good at OPSEC. That's all I'm saying.
I don't talk about anything that hasn't been discussed on the air.
Yeah. Well, we've talked.
We've already broken the seal, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, cool. We popped the cork. All right.
Yeah, it was way back. But again, once that's happened, and once we get settled and look at the time slots and we look at the days, then we're probably going to open up the pipes to have some fresh meat, and you'll see some. Hey, we're looking for people, we're hiring, and we'll be good to go. I'm excited. I'm really pumped.
Hey, Cause, if you want, I'm good to go.
Okay. Good.
There you go. You got a co-host.
Not the button mash.
You're great. There you go. You just got yourself a co-host.
Oh, okay. Oh, got you. I'll read.
Get out of here, Stephen.
Cool, but
All right, I'm gonna go knock off. Let you guys have your fun.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in, bud. All right. Yeah. I keep forgetting he's on the line. That's so bad. Like
maybe I was just away from. Holly was talking. She says, "Can you adjust the sound on Kaz? He's very faint compared to you all." Let me put my face in the mic.
Yeah, that's because even
compared to y'all.
Yeah, even in my headphones, when you lean back a little bit, you went fainter, and I've got the slider as high up as I can get it, so it's not on my end.
I'll eat the mic.
I wasn't gonna call you out, but
Okay, I already got called out by Holly. She's
damn Holly. It's like that. No, that's what we need. We need people that can
We do need that.
That means they're paying attention. That means the few people listening are actually listening.
Yeah, I mean, how many people we have in the chat? Let me look at the
Well,
look at the numbers.
We're at
We've been
184 comments.
Yeah.
Just on the radio page, 13 people still live. So
Let's see. Let's go to the main page. Oh, we only got 9 people on the. Yeah, because a lot of everybody. Well, you know what it is because some of this tech, I've noticed that it doesn't push notifications now to the main page like it used to.
It doesn't. I don't get the main page notifications. I do get the radio page notifications.
And I don't know if that's an anomaly with the way it's set up. I looked at the main page settings and all that, and it still has. I mean, we're still. It says notifications are on. So I don't know.
Do you think is it something maybe Facebook pushed where you won't get a repeat notification of the same thing if it's pushed out multiple places?
I'm guessing the same. I'm guessing that. But
Like
back in the day,
if they don't like for some reason the WTF Nation radio page, but they like the WTF Moments page, they'll get the notification that way. Maybe.
Yeah, it'll probably. Yeah, I don't know. Only because I don't ever. As a matter of fact, when I'm not broadcasting, I'll see the first thing that pops up is WTF Nation Radio, and then one of you guys will say Cause commented on the WTF on the main page, and then I'll look at it, and it'll take me to the main page. So it's kind of iffy. Wow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So, but as far as that, when I'm not on air, I'll hear you, the first thing that pops up notification is a WTF Nation Radio one. That's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
And then
because that's where we go. That's where we go live, and then it's pushed out everywhere else.
Correct, but it used to not be like that though under the older tech. The older tech used to like pop a bunch of alerts on everybody. So I was just curious to see maybe if it's an anomaly or something like that. Or I don't know. Maybe it's because
it's been like that for a while. So, and the way that Facebook is changing right now, it's kind of crazy. I keep on having to change back to the old style Facebook from I always got all these. You want to change to the new view of what Facebook's going to be, so I do, because it's eventually all going to change there mandatorily.
Right.
And videos start freezing and Facebook starts glitching, so I change back to the old Facebook. Really, they get all that stuff ironed out.
Right, Chris. Yes, WTF Nation Radio is a sub page to WTF. It's a. Let's go back a few years when WTF Nation Radio was starting off, and Redleg was an admin on U.S. Army WTF Moments, and him and Pi were admins on WTF Moments, and they were the ones that pulled together, had this idea. Some of the old techniques that you and I used to work at back in the day. That's how WTF Nation Radio was born. A little bit more guerrilla style, like Kaz was saying. Some serious. Outside tech and outside, I don't want to say hacking, but just another way of doing it. Workarounds, I guess you'd say.
Which is a hack. So.
Oh yeah, it was a hack. I don't want to say hack. I don't want to say because there's still proprietary methods and tactics, techniques, and procedures that we still operate on. That is how we're able to have our footprint grow pretty big. And so when some of those admins, they didn't really break off of WTF Moments. They didn't break off the main page. They're just like, for instance, I was an admin on U.S. Army WTF Moments, and then Redleg asked, for some assistance on some of the stuff too, and then he brought me on and asked me if I wanted to come on, and I did, all that. So all the admins that came from WTF Moments to WTF Nation Radio still have that admin status to be able to operate on. To share our podcast, to share our broadcast, to share everything else, and still have that synonymous or that synergy.
The ability to cross post.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of it is that's why, for instance, because I'm on the page as well with WTF Nation Radio, all the admins here can cross post on U.S. Army WTF Moments on the main page. So yes, we are the voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. One won't be without the other. If the main page goes, then who knows what happens. But I honestly, after a decade, I don't think the main page is going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going to happen. So the same thing with WTF Nation Radio. So yes, there are admins that when we started this time used to be a main page centric show with all the senior NCOs and all that from Sergeant's time from the main page. And so they were all coming on. We'd all conglomerate together and bullshit and talk shit about the Army or make fun of the Army or talk about Army issues on a Thursday. And so yes, to finally answer the question, yes, WTF Nation Radio is a sub page to WTF, but we also have other friends of the, I guess you would say, of the WTF empire. We have other pages. We have some fucking substations, I guess you would say, or sub pages. So you have we have WTF Moments memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have WTF Moments videos. We have we have actual Space Force guys in US WTF Space Force Moments. We actually have a Space Force page. And those are like the rocket scientists. They're the ones that speak in freaking like the Borg and shit and O's and ones and all this little freaking that meme of that guy doing this, trying to count math. That's me every time they talk to me about issues on their page. They're the ones that know when SpaceX is launching their missions. They're the ones that know when they're doing all this other stuff. And they are part of Space Command. They are part of the Space Force. And so we pretty much, hey, a couple of admins kind of keep an eye on them, but they space on their own.
Yeah, if you ever see Stefan, you go ahead and friend him or follow him or whatever. He lives right outside of where they launch SpaceX. He's always got his video camera going.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that answers the question. So yeah, we're the voice, I guess you would say. We're the voice of U.S. Army WTF Moments. So we're the executing arm. We get the message out. Some of the stuff that you see on the main page, we talk about it on air. And also it gets podcasted and broadcasted and all that. Like I said, this is a first for us because I've never been. This is the first time I've ever been on camera.
Hi, Patty. Patty's over on YouTube. She says hello. I'm saying hello, Patty.
Nice.
Hey, what's up?
We are on several different platforms, Twitch and YouTube and all kinds.
Finally on Twitch.
Finally on Twitch. I can never get my video to work. It always works after the fact, but not during the fact.
I was asking some of the Twitchers, and they were telling me that some of them have seen our show with no problem. Like, hey, you're on Twitch, right? Yeah. How do we look right now? Hang on. And then they'll switch channels and we'll talk circle. Yeah. That's nuts, man. Yeah. So we're also on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Mixcloud, TuneIn, Player, iVoox.
And then we're down in South America, in the Brazil area and in Central America.
Yep, we are. And then we're also Thailand, Taipei, Hong Kong, Nepal. Paul from Nepal, speak up, dude. I haven't seen you in a while. Australia. So yeah, we're pretty global. Pretty cool to see somebody on YouTube again. I like to see the interaction inside of YouTube.
It doesn't get much more global.
Oh no way, dude! I want to hit some space, son.
Right. Broadcasting from the moon. This is WTF Nation Radio with Sergeant's Time.
Yeah, I want to see somebody going, like floating in space and then hearing broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon in their like space helmet headphones. I want to see some shit like that.
Yeah.
That is what I want. I want to see
the black of space with the slow reveal of WTF Nation Radio, like in the white, in the blackness of space.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to see the International Space Station freaking here. Hey, I was listening to WTF Moments, and I was listening to CQ, or I was listening to Cause, or I was listening to blah blah blah. I mean that's the goal, man.
Wait a minute. How do you think those astronauts get their pop culture news? Who do you think they're listening to? I mean, come on. You listen to Pop Culture Warrior on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, I want to. I should ask the space geeks to give us a freaking tour of SpaceX. That would be freaking awesome to get to, because I want to go to the moon.
Yes.
Why would they have to give us an in-person tour?
Right. Like, hey, yeah, because they all work with them. They all work with Spacecom and Space Force, Space Command. So you kind of, you always see, I don't know, I guess when you see the military always being highlighted, or they're talking to some of the media people and they talk, so I want some of that. I want I want to go see some rockets. I want to go see us, shoot the shit with. If we could talk to Elon Musk or something like that, that'd be fucking awesome. He should be a guest.
Great.
But could imagine having him coming on, dude. We'd be rolling.
Big brain on that guy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He'd be.
I don't know if you guys are seeing the chats, but I've seen a dozen comments of, I like this new version. I like this Zoom style of show. Sorry.
Zoom.
Well,
why did you?
It's Zoom. It's Zoom-esque.
Yeah, it's video. It's a video conferencing show now. Like
Nobody likes to see a graphic and then hear talking. I totally prefer video. And if we're three dudes talking, I prefer to see three pictures.
Yeah.
And instead of two pictures and a random voice, or one picture and a random voice, or no picture at all. I completely understand why you weren't on video.
Yes. Yeah. We all understand why. we're just saying this is better.
It's definitely better.
Which I was gonna say, Kaz,
it's not for the lack of wanting to.
Kaz, so for your Friday show, you're doing the full audio video?
I'm gonna do video. I'll have to get with you to see if I am capable of pulling in other video, and we can talk about that offline.
Yeah. Also, you kind of like got the floating head thing going on, so you might want to wear a different color.
I thought it would be good to have because I'm wearing my old school WTF Nation fan shirt.
The promo's great. You just got this like white floating head thing going, especially because the mic is black right in front, like at the chin level. So yeah, you got like the floating head going on.
Yeah, I can switch my effects. See, right now I'm in an office right now.
There you go. Yes.
I can do that too, but it's totally the software that I'm using isn't mature enough to.
It's a little.
I get a lot of ghosts in the background.
It's a little blurry. Yeah.
It's
a little bit of motion blur. I was gonna say, Ice, the last one you looked like you were at the WTF headquarters. Like, not that one. In Cartoon Land, maybe. I meant the Office Space one. Yeah.
It was in the front.
Coming live from the Center of Excellence.
Yeah. Right.
It was like downtown, apparently. Jesus. Yeah,
different filters.
Yeah.
That looks like a scene from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So.
That reminds me more like Dexter's Laboratory. That's what that reminds me of.
Dexter is that the kid that kills like everybody?
No. You're thinking, yeah. You're thinking adult Dexter versus child Dexter. No, yeah. So no, this is. I agree with the. Mike Larson's in the chats. He's saying, or just turn a light on. It'll give you some separation of depth.
My unmade bed, and you get to see my yoga mat down there with all this stuff that I do exercises.
Then hey, if you're gonna broadcast and you got to put on a production. Look at me.
Yeah.
I told you, when my daughter didn't live with me, I had her bedroom was completely. I had green screen, everything.
Like the studio look,
production lights and everything. But then. Now I started like redoing my house, so like everything is just tore up. Yeah. Eventually, this is going to be my pay the bills desk, and then I'm going to have my broadcast stuff and all my music crap on the other side of the house.
Nice.
That's going to be a while. I just bought tile for my bathroom today, so
exciting. God, we're old, and that's the stuff that you get excited about. And. There you go. Cut out. There he is. You're back.
I'm playing around with some effects. How is your?
You're jacking up my video, bro. You playing with your effects is jacking up the quality of my. I mean, again, that's what we're stress testing. But I hope guests aren't messing with their filters while I'm getting deep with them, while I'm getting deep inside of them.
What does that mean? That kind of sounded sexual.
Yes, I try to have mind sex with my guests. Is that not what we're all doing when we have guests on? Like
what I like about when we have guests, there's no like it's not like we email the guests. It's like, here, I'm going to ask you these 5 questions.
Yeah. Oh no, no.
Or we don't hear from their publicist saying, hey, only asked from this.
Oh no.
It's like we're in a room and there's a microphone and we get to talk and have a conversation, and the conversation matures and develops, and sometimes it goes sideways. Sometimes it goes more than an hour. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, I agree. I've been okay. So Pop Culture Warrior is all of what, 7 months old, 8 months old at this point.
What episode are you up to? 29?
29. This Tuesday will be 29. You know, we've had incredible guests, and the caliber of guests is only getting better and better and better. We're nominated. We're officially, can't take it away, the 2020 nominee for Best Entertainment Podcast via the Podcast Awards. You can't take it back. You maybe can't give me the award, but you can't take the nomination back. So I'm getting me a damn plaque.
If you look at Hollywood, it's like an Oscar-nominated actor, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean they got an Oscar.
No, that's right.
It looks really cool when it says.
So
Oscar
from now on, Ice, anytime we're talking about Pop Culture Warrior, I want it to be preceded by
Oscar-nominated
podcast award, or is it podcast Best Entertainment Podcast Award nominee, Pop Culture Warrior.
So you're saying wait, hang on. So we say we didn't get it? We didn't get the award?
I mean,
it hasn't been decided.
It hasn't been decided yet. That's right.
Right. Yeah. So I mean,
I think
saying. After the award has been awarded, then that's when you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's toilet paper behind me. If I can sharpen that up.
Oh wow.
That's toilet paper.
Oh, there he goes. Yep.
But this is how immature the software is that I'm using, so I have to do that.
Yeah, that's a good look for now. No, yeah. So for those that don't know, Mike Larson, fuck you, dude. Here we go. CQ's talking about himself again.
Tell me about it, Mike. Tell me about it, Mike. Bro.
Oh my God. Dude, we've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I have not talked about myself at all. And the first thing I say, God damn it.
We forced you to talk about yourself when you fell off the back of that Humvee and injured yourself.
Right. It ran over my toe. It ran over my toe. It didn't even run. It slowly rolled back a little bit over my toe. No. This is for seriously though, but with the show, like I'm so happy.
Breaking my balls, Mike.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's 95. Windows 95.
He's got that XP going.
1.11.
Vista, right? Windows Vista.
I never Vista.
Yeah, don't fuck with Vista. That thing was garbage. No, so the show's been getting better, and I agree with you guys. Like, we've never had to clear okay, so our biggest guest so far was Rod Lurie, right? He's Oscar nominated director, big productions, his movie's the biggest thing in the world right now, on demand. And we didn't have to screen the questions. We didn't have to do any of that stuff. So I was very happy about that I could just ask him what I want.
Right, but that style of interview though, it's good for us and the guests because it's the guests will walk in and will feel the tempo of the interview anyways. They'll like, oh shit, well these guys are just not really playing gotcha games with us, because if we start preloading
with Spike Cohen, he walked in and it's just like, we're going to ask you questions. We're going to have a conversation. There's nothing preloaded. Right. There's no set list of questions. We're going to have a conversation, and it's going to go this way or that way.
Yeah.
And he played ball, and he did a fantastic freaking job. I really liked the interview with Spike Cohen.
Which we did get a review from Rod Lurie, by the way. Can I share that? Can I just
Okay.
Can I read that out?
About us, right? Or about you? Is it us or you? Because if it's about you, I don't go fuck. But if it's about us, then okay.
It's about us, CQ, us. So
okay, go ahead.
Rod Lurie said, and he said, like, we could use this if we wanted to for promotional materials or anything like that, or he was just so appreciative of the opportunity. He said, as I did the press tour for the Outpost, there was no podcast, and I did a ton, that got us as much attention as WTF Nation Radio. And it's clear why. CQ is sunny, articulate, really well prepared, and most importantly, he gives a fuck about who he's interviewing. I found myself revealing things both personal and professional that I had never done before. That's what you get here.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
what a fucking review from...
Right. That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. No, totally. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what it's supposed to be.
Hell yeah.
The guest is supposed to come on and feel comfortable about talking, and we're just having a conversation. and none of it is. I mean, there's prepared questions that I have only because, like, when I had August Cole and Pete Singer, those are to me, like, I mean, those are some of the icons in the field that I used to work in.
I just got their books in the mail the other day. The day before they came in.
And to me, that was kind of like, okay, I have to be serious and don't stray off. I accidentally on one. It wasn't a one. There was several times, and I'm not a broadcaster. I've never done this shit before, and I rattled off 3 fucking questions off the list. Just, hey, so what about this? Hey, what about that? Hey, and I'm like, woosah. I had to calm down because it got me. It, just like you when you talk to your guests in the beginning.
I get it. I get real riled up.
Yeah, I get riled up too because it's A, I'm interested in the content. B, I mean, these are icons, just like you had. I mean, we have icons. I mean, think about it. We've had Medal of Honor recipients come on the show. We've had Tim Kennedy come on the show.
Logo.
We've had. So it's not like our guest is not just somebody that's small. The whole thing is that we treat all of our guests as if they're all icons.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think, between is because we have a massive amount of respect for our guests for what they do, and they also, we're welcoming them in. There is no gotcha games here with us. So yeah. I think when we had August and Pete on, to me that was just, bro, that was just icing on the cake. And then that show, your show, Kaz has had and Al has had previous guests. Dude, the wellness, the behavioral health, mental wellness thing, people like that.
Yeah,
I will have to say, Kaz, that you and Al were rocking it pretty good when it came to the feedback that I got as a station manager on, hey, this is great. I needed to shoot the shit, or I needed to talk, and then some comments would be said in the chat, and Al would engage that person, and then after the show, Al would do his Al things, and that right there, that needs to come back too, because that right there, it even said, hey, I felt like everyone's mattered in this conversation. So yeah, and especially Rod, dude, Rod Lurie to have a compliment like that, bro, it's just y'all all your guys' hard work too.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. Like I treat every guest equally. Like I feel like if I've been fortunate for Pop Culture Warrior that every guest that we've had on is someone that, like, I know, someone I respect, someone that, brings value. Even, twice we've had local veteran comedians, right? They're not name brands. They're not touring the country. They're not hitting up, Conan and all that. But like, it's awesome to get to use this stage to highlight someone who is doing something awesome and is chasing a dream and is following, is blazing a trail. You know what I mean? I've one of the coolest things is, so last week's guest, like I said, was Jericho. He's a military tech advisor. He's a guy that did like 25 years in and then stumbled into being a military tech advisor for movies. And we were talking privately.
Like he's 18.
Yeah, he looks so young, but he's fully on retired and now doing all this. And we were talking after the show. We were talking privately, and he goes, man, it's really cool, and this and that, and we're going back and forth. And he said, it's so cool that you highlight. I guess he must have looked at maybe some past episodes. But he's like, it's so cool that you spotlight veterans that are doing all these things. It's so good to show veterans, show people that veterans are more than just veterans, and show military personnel you can be more than just veteran. I've had veterans that went on to producing, veterans that went on to writing, veterans that went on to comic books, veterans that went into movies. So that's my favorite. And so even if they're not some, big time director like Rod Lurie, again, veteran himself that went into directing, but it's a great showcase example of like following your passion, and you can be more than just that thing. You can be more than just mom. You can be more than just dad or veteran or anything else. So I don't know. I've been having a blast with it.
It took WTF Nation Radio for me to realize that Randy Couture was an E5 in the Army. C.T. Fletcher was in the Army. He was an NCO in the Army.
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, there's a lot of great folks out there that have gotten their start in the Army, and maybe that just laid the groundwork for their tenacity or their you got to win or you got to go for what you want.
Yeah. There's a long list of military veterans in Hollywood and related to Hollywood. I mean, B. Arthur, military veteran. Sinbad,
Marine.
Yeah. Military veteran. You know, I was sorry. I was just
Sinbad got in trouble a lot.
probably. I just had a Zoom call a few weeks ago with Louis Anderson, comedian Louis Anderson, and not a veteran, but his father served, his uncle served, his grandfather served, and so we were talking about that and how
you're fine with Kristen Bell.
That's the thing.
Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, whoa, yeah.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with anything.
You're like, yeah. I was like, whoa, hang on. And you're like, oh, I'm just here. This is what I do. Look what I do. You turn a camera and you know, do I need to do that too? Do I need to have a camera? Hey, look, guys, this is what I do.
Little humble brag.
Making toast or doing hanging out with Kristen Bell.
Hashtag humble brag. Whatever. It's just it's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. I got a lot of stokes in the fire. What can I say, man? I'm always working the room, even if it's my room. I'm always working the room.
It looked like you were working in her room because she was just chilling, and you were just like,
she was in her bed. She was in her bed.
I noticed that. I was like, what the bro?
So technically, I was in bed with Kristen Bell.
Oh,
there's your TMZ moment.
Let's rephrase that. Shit,
bye-bye.
I was on the screen. She was in her bed.
Get some hate mail for that. This just
I
in.
kid. I kid.
This just in.
She was. I'll tell you what though, she was sweet as hell, man. Like I really like her as an actress and as a genuine person. Very nice, very, very, very nice. In fact, she so normal because we were talking, and then she just goes, "Hang it, stop it, mommy's working." And I was like, "What happened?" "Oh, my kids. I locked the door, and they're shoving their hands under the door trying to get it open."
They're like cats.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, you're such a person. You're such not like it's just sweet. It was sweet, but
it isn't perfect in your life."
Yeah. I'm also maybe I can't talk about stuff that I hate being that guy that like I'm having this conversation with so and so or this thing and then nothing comes of it, which happens a lot. And like I don't want to be that guy that's like, "Oh, I'm doing this, so expect it," and then nothing happens, and because that's Hollywood. That's it happens a lot.
We at first, and I'll admit this, that I think once we had several no-shows and disappointments, I just stopped fucking talking about it. I just like, and it pissed the staff. I know it had to have pissed the staff off just by going, "All right, guys, here's what's going on. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that." And then nothing comes of it because of it. And I felt like, wait a minute, that's not me. This must be this must be a show business thing or a Hollywood thing or something like that. When we get some of these big name guests coming on, and then not show up, then it makes us look like ass because we'd put massive amount of work to get graphics up, to get promos out, to get all that coordination done, and then they don't show up. I'm not going to mention anybody but Tech Nine, but I'm just saying that's what happened.
I was going to say Tech Nine.
Can I? Okay, so I've got someone booked. Can I share it yet? Is it too soon?
No, too soon. No,
too soon.
I am not. No, here's the thing. This station policy. The reason why is that, and we have said this. We could say we were planning a big event. We're planning. We have this stuff going on. But I tell you what. I'm pretty. I don't know. Not too much bothers me. But when you've jumped out the fucking aircraft and all of a sudden you have some big event happen and you're pumped, dude. I'm gonna tell you what. And I'm probably going to get a bunch of shit for it from everybody. "You dick, you shouldn't have said this and all that." I don't think I remember signing a non-disclosure agreement. We had pumped up Tech Nine. Okay? A lot. We had, to the point where it was right then and fucking there. We're talking about, we're having, his staff, we're talking about agent, his promoters, everybody, everybody was getting big. To the point to where I was going to give my show just to Jay Reddy because Jay Reddy was a big fan. He submitted the PTSD contest and was one of the selects. Well, he didn't win, but he was one of the finalists for it. And it was awesome. I was like, "Well, fuck yeah, dude, Jay Reddy. I mean, this means so much to you, brother. Here, you take it. I'll push buttons for you and help you out." we were literally broadcasting and having it up, having the show. I mean, we were playing Tech Nine music. We got the whole thing up. It was Tech Nine Fest.
Yes, and we had his agent on the phone, and she's like, Doug, you know, I'm trying,
and I'm trying to get him on here, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to, you know, what, and you could hear him in the background. I was like, just put him on the fucking, just put him on. I mean, just
hand him the phone.
Hand him the phone. Well, I don't understand what's going on. And I don't know. There's some back and forth. We heard some blah 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 blah, blah in the back, and I'm like, I cut it. And I'm like, sorry about that. Blah blah blah. It didn't fucking bother me as much as it disappointed the fans and as well. But it disappointed somebody who looked J-Ready. It disappointed J-Ready, and he looked up to Tech Nine.
Yeah.
J-Ready is an artist, and so he looked up to Tech Nine as one of his fucking. It's like one of your heroes. You know what I mean? One of your icons that you like, that you respect.
I understand.
And you're ready to meet him, and then you're hearing on the phone, you're hearing all the back and forth. It's pretty fucking disheartening.
Yeah.
And so I'm at that point. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if someone's, you know, gives me here's my freaking portfolio and a contract signed. I want to show up on this date. The last time we did it overhyped, then that's why we've had to move our policies when it comes to guest announcements and all that, because I'm not gonna chance it. It's
so
fucked up for the fans.
So like 1 week heads up. 1 week heads up. Is that the? Sorry.
Usually it's about 3 days before.
Yeah, usually about 3 days. Usually, I mean, that's the, bro. Even if we it doesn't matter. Any big individuals that come on. I mean, after that,
I got you.
The boss was like, nah.
I got you.
And I hope you know, future guests, when they're hearing this, are like, God damn, who's that dude fucking talking shit and saying? Out of all, I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna go through all.
What? How about this? What if this is just a what if? What if, let's say it's a celebrity. Let's say it's a big guest. What if
it's a big guest? Gotcha. Okay.
What if they promoted, like on their social media or whatever, like I'm going on WTF Nation Radio?
If they take that leap and put that on their own personal page, I would say, okay.
Hell yeah.
We will cross
promote the hell out of it, right? Okay.
Promote the hell out of it. He's got, but he or she of those individual guests that would have to fucking do it. Then I'm all for it, because at that point they've already launched it. That's why I was kind of waiting.
That used to be one of the agreements. If you want to come onto the show, we're going to promote you, and in turn, we would appreciate it if you would promote us. It was never a requirement. It was like here's a courtesy that we're going to do for you. Please return the favor.
Yeah.
And 8 times out of 10 that it happened like that.
Yeah. We've been fortunate with Pop Culture Warrior. We've been fortunate that, like, I would say 9 out of 10 guests have at least day before have promoted that they're coming on, and then shared it after the fact too.
From what you've seen,
right.
On the back end, on the administrative portion of it, you and Cos has access to this portion of it. He sees the interaction. He sees all the talking and all the discussions. He sees me going off, or he'll, you know, or mom going off, or Leanne going off, you know. And again, that's why I let the ladies do it. I let them. That's their mojo. That's the way they run it.
They're good at what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
yeah. No, I got you. Okay, how about this? Will not say anything other than I highly recommend it tuning into September 29th episode. That's it. I'm just, it's like any other episode. I just think it's going to be, I feel that episode's going to be a really good episode.
You're such a four.
Yeah, that's like me saying, me saying, make sure you tune into the Monday edition on Monday for a special guest and his announcement on what's going to happen, what he's doing for a WTF Nation radio premiere. I mean, because I'm plugging my guest too. I'm not going to let you plug mine.
I like as I say, I'm learning the rules. I get to play the stupid card. I'm just learning the rules here. I'm just saying
questions, which is good. You're not flying solo.
Yeah, you know, I'm just asking questions live in front of an audience.
Like a staff meeting. What the hell? Staff meeting with an audience.
Yeah, you guys are getting to see all the behind the scenes.
Right. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the meeting here.
Yeah. I've got grievances I want to air. Is this the time?
You can do it. I mean, we're still going to talk about it. I don't care if 1.3 million people are listening in on it. What's the worst they're going to do? They can probably see the interacting, what's going on, and also understand that there's a lot of shit that we do in the background. There's a lot of shit that we do when we're talking to other guests and their age, because there's like layers and levels of individuals. I mean, on the sergeant's time side, we're talking to units and their PAOs, and I only get involved when a straight email flies out at me. Like I'll see some traffic, and then a straight email will come out with some sergeant major or some lieutenant colonel or a PAO.
It's a chicken nugget.
Yeah, they're like, hey, what's going on, Ken? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you better talk to the gift front guest. Don't be talking to me. Talk to Amy and Leanne, because last time I assisted in the coordination, I thought I was assisting, and I ended up fucking it all up. So nope, not even going to do that.
It sounds like that time I jumped in on Twitter. Boy, do I regret that. Oh, when that whole conversation happened, I was like, I'm just trying, like, I got pulled into something. I was like, hey, somebody added at me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna respond because
no, and that's when you like it and you retweet it and you let it go.
Yeah, I was like, I had like a month and a half in at that point. I'm like, you at me, I'm coming right back at you.
Yeah, it's funny is that the Twitter sphere is what a lot of some of the backstory that people don't really look at. There's a lot of individuals that don't know anything about, or they don't have Twitter. They're not on Periscope at all. They primarily use Facebook, or they're primarily use. But bro, I get hate mail from 5 different venues. I get it from Twitter. I get it from the normal email. I get it from the contact page. I get it from the feedback. I get it from all the freaking Google reviews. I get it from the Apple reviews. I get it from freaking Facebook. I get it, and then the bosses, the big boss at WTF. Hey, what happened? How come you said this? Or how come Kaz said that? Or why did Al say this? Or why did Mink say that? Or how come
And he got cut off.
Did I miss something? And I'm like, So,
how many times have you had conversations about CQ so far in the 7 months?
In the 7 months, I've only had, and I'll be honest with you, I've only had 2. I've only had 2. And one was a conversation that was a good one. Was like, hey, glad you're bringing him on, blah, blah, blah. I heard he's a good kid. That one. And then the dogpiling on Twitter when that dogpiling happened, and that's over said and done. The bread's been broken, and we're all good on that.
I learned,
but that's it. That was the only one. And
then I'm not doing a good job. I'm not if I'm not in the principal's office, more. I need to be in the principal's office more because I'm over here trying to stir the pot, and apparently I'm not doing a good enough job. So okay,
you think so?
I'm trying. You gotta. We want to grow. We want to. Complacency kills, man. We gotta.
Right, okay. Wait, line it does. I was just waiting for you to sit there and have have another.
I'm surprised. We're like the stream has been this good. I mean, usually shit fails by now.
Oh, see, why'd you say?
I got a failure on the radio stream, but the thing is, I've got both of the WTF. I got the main page and the radio stream. I had them both on, and I was under the same profile. And then one got killed because of some authorization violation or something like that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we've had. I mean, we've gone. Hey, thanks, Chris. Appreciate the compliment. Chris Bernetti needs to come back.
Yes.
Chris Bernetti needs to come back.
Speaking of compliments, though, Tina said, "I don't understand how y'all can talk and monitor the chats at the same time."
It's like flying a helicopter, Tina. That's all I gotta say. You know how to fly a helicopter. You know how to. Tina is an aviator. She knows what's up. So that's all you gotta do. Just that's exactly how we do it. We gotta look at
and right brain, left brain.
Right brain, left. Yep. Freaking. That's I'm still alive.
Hey, Kaz, they're coming at you hard, bro. They said you need more AOL minutes. Did you need a new CD?
You ever hovered at 206, Tina? I know you're a Blackhawk person, but have you ever hovered at 206? That's like, and that's what I was told when I first did one. It was like it's like trying to balance a plate on top of a marble. So yeah, if you got a right brain, left brain thing, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we do.
I'll tell you what, it's been easier to monitor the chats like this because I'll just let y'all two go at it. And I've been hitting people up in the chats. Usually
it's easy when you have a co.
Yeah.
And then you can have someone else monitor things. And it's great that we have the unified chat that feeds in, but you can't respond to everybody and you can't reply in real time.
Yeah.
It might take a minute or 5 minutes.
Yeah, usually. But
you lose your
for some air crew coordination.
Yes.
See, like I'm responding to messages.
You started with a 67. Wow.
TH-67?
Yeah, 67. That's like the old Jet Rangers.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, dude, it was great because in the back seats they had little monitors that were on the headsets or on the headrests, so the students in the back can actually see what the pilot's looking at. Those are awesome. Yes.
Insane. I want to see Mike Larson's like totally breaking your balls too, man.
Yeah, Mike Larson's going hard. He's going hard on Kaz. Put another AOL CD in there and get more minutes.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I think we pushed. And exceeded.
Yeah.
What
do you grade? Flying colors? What?
Yeah, I think this has been pretty good. This is a solid A. Because we got to see what we wanted to do is we wanted to push the NDI output. We wanted to freaking put the multi. We wanted to have somebody who was using Wi-Fi on Skype. What else?
Yeah.
If you guys are both nailing Wi-Fi, then we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yeah. Like my stream, I made sure the stream obviously is hardwired in, but the Skype computer, which is feeding these videos, feeding the audio, that's over Wi-Fi. So
yeah. So yeah, same here. But my video feed is feeding over Wi-Fi. But I have a pretty strong system network too.
Same.
So you know, I'm baking freaking ants out the outside, turning into mutants because of my Wi-Fi being pushed out the way it is.
Very nice. Very nice.
But your son is growing a third nipple because of the speed and the power of your Wi-Fi.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
You've seen pictures, right? You've seen the pictures of him running. He hovers over the track. He's got some sort of superhuman New Mutant shit. But no, I mean, that was some of the goals. Some of the objectives were to make sure that we were able to do a multiple stream.
Yeah, we got multiple callers in. We got multiple callers in.
We even forgot a caller, so I mean, we need to work on accountability.
Which, by the way,
we ignore shit, so that's normal.
Yeah, I'm getting roasted too. Phil says I get a D on this performance, so I've.
He's just a bitter bitch.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I had the difficulty getting everybody in. I forgot we had a caller on the line. I mean, I missed our
totally hooded that fucking caller. Man.
Yeah, man. I missed our break by about 20 minutes. Like I have tanked this whole performance. I'm out of my. This is not my thing, man. That's not my show. I'm out of my rhythm. I don't have my. Radar's not here to save me. So I don't know.
Yeah, so you're good. Radar's probably sitting back laughing his ass off because of it.
You don't get the awesome color commentary from Radar.
That's true.
He's got great color commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely got some good commentary. No, I mean, I think all the goals for the night were met. I mean, this was an experimental event. It ended up being quite successful. We even had some of my old former soldiers in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the guys, some gals that I served with in the chats as well. And we've also had. Yeah. I'm watching from my other accounts. Everything's rocking and rolling. So I mean, dude, and then also, Kaz is able to come in and announce his stuff.
Yeah.
So
this is great. I mean, the idea being something like this is we've just proven that you can have a host, a co-host, and a guest, all video, and take a caller on audio, and it runs pretty smoothly. I mean, I think that's the I mean that's pushing. I think that's pushing it as hard as you can, really. So
so we have. And here's another question. I mean, hey, WTF Nation, just hang on for a sec. We're talking for a minute. Anyways, so
the grown-ups are talking.
I didn't want to say that.
I know you thought it, though. I know you thought it.
I was so thinking. I was like, y'all take your sippy cups and go to the fucking table. Anyways, So you're running, because you're running the advanced tech that we want to get to in the future. The guys that are like me and Kaz are running and Radar running analog. I'm kind of thinking it could go on digital, removing that connector to his Skype computer.
I think.
So
I mean, I would want to stress test that because we haven't done that.
Right, we haven't done the analog test, but digital we're good. But the analog stuff would mean that, Kaz, on your end, you'd have to disconnect. You would disconnect your hardwired Skype computer, and then we would using the NDI system like we just did to get you to pull in another video on your rig, because your rig and my rig are the same, and Radar's rig are the same. They're all configured the same. With the exception of CQ, he's got this new stuff that I'm making him fucking put on for the digital side of the house. I'm just seeing what would it be like to do the analog side.
Yeah. From again, starting out with the same setup you guys had.
Right.
The only thing you would need to change, like you wouldn't have to change anything. You wouldn't have to. You can do the video. All it is when you pull in the source, you just have to mute that source, because you already have sound coming in analog.
That's why we were echoing. That's why we were echoing.
And once I muted that killed the echo.
Provided your source is from a different machine.
Correct. Yes, exactly. So then if you wanted to take that extra step, removing the analog connection, then just pulling in the NDI audio and video, and then again in OBS it'll show up as separate tracks. So now you can control, like when Kaz was coming in low, I can bump him up specifically versus
OBS.
Yeah.
So on OBS then, on the digital side of your house, did you separate the two tracks? So which order are you using? Are you using the audio or the video track? Is it the same thing, or how? So
no, so basically when you import an NDI like input, like, so you go to scene, create the scene, source, NDI is your input source. It will pull as an audio and video.
Okay.
So the video will show, and then in the little audio mixer, it'll have a bar for whatever you name it. Whatever you name that source, it'll show up as a bar. So like I named your video Ice. I named his video Kaz. So in my audio mixer, I have Ice, Kaz, and then my mic and my webcam, whatever.
But I'm talking about the echo side of it, though. Is that you were getting the echo? Because what did you disconnect? Is my question.
I didn't physically disconnect anything. Since I have the audio coming in analog, and it was pulling the audio in as part of the NDI, I just muted that NDI source so that it's only video, no sound.
So it's split in half. You have
it
has an audio property to the video.
Yes,
correct.
But
that's what basically. So basically, you just muted the analog portion and kept the digital up with video and sound, so that way it flowed.
No, I didn't mute the analog.
Thank you all for tuning in to Tech Talk.
Once you get past 10 o'clock, all bets are off. No, it's I muted the okay. So like if you have a webcam, you know how a webcam will show up as an audio source as well, right? Because it has speakers. It's the same thing. I just muted that video source, if that makes sense. So I actually muted the digital side, not the analog side, because if you're analog, that's the more clean, clear.
That's what I had flipped. So I thought you had muted the analog. Okay, gotcha now. No. All right, so then for us running steam gauges as opposed to you running sliders, then that would be for me and Kaz and Radar. Then we would have to fiddle fuck with that to make sure that we don't shut off the digital side. Because we'll have an analog portion of it.
Well, if you're going to run analog, you want to mute the digital side.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I want to now try it again at some point, removing the analog and only using that digital source for both video and audio, just to see how the fidelity of it holds up.
Right. I mean, because from what everyone's saying, aside from the echo, when you made those adjustments, I'm getting a bunch of comments saying that it's coming in pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
But again, that's relying on the audio, which I've always had. It's the same audio me and Radar run. So I want to test removing that analog source and only using NDI for both video and audio, and see if it holds up the same way.
I'm wondering if we can do that closed loop so it doesn't have to be, so our wonderful audience doesn't have to experience all of this.
I agree, but then you don't know how it works over the stream.
Well, once it's successful in a closed loop, then you can open it up.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I did with this. I had a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, listen, we're not going live, but I want to test this on my own personal rig, and we push some video and back and forth. That's why I didn't reach out to ICE until I was like, yeah, I've tested it. It works, but now we need to really put it through the paces. And
this is drunk tech talk with WTF Nation Radio, Chris.
Yes. Bob says, but will it wash the dishes?
Will it wash it? Yeah.
Yes. And it'll make you a sandwich too, so it's pretty impressive. The tech is amazing.
Yeah, the tech is awesome that we're playing with. These are actual techs that are currently used in a lot of our stuff that you don't even realize that is being used. There you go. How about that?
Yeah.
Insert nerds.
Nerds.
It's like I was always curious about if their radio voice is different than the way that they talk regularly. This is my voice. I've got no modulation. I've got nothing.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking to a guy who streams, and we were both talking about how it's not something we do intentionally, but I also noticed my voice tends to drop an octave as maybe because I'm hearing it in my own headphones, so I can hear my voice, and like when I talk, I get really excited and I talk higher pitch and I get faster, but then I hear myself and I'm like, oh no, this is how I normally talk. I'm always like this. Like it's like now I'm a bit pitchier.
It's like at work. It's like, did you? If someone says, "Hey, man, did you restart the fucking image generator?" Why, yes. Why, yes, I did.
Yes, I definitely did that.
I don't know. Do we? I mean, all of us. Do we sound the same? Does it? I mean, aside from everyone else calling in. I mean, I'm not. I'm speaking through.
I think you sound the same to me as you do on the air, and same with.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Everyone else is weird, I guess.
Hold on. Okay, I got a response for that nerds one. Hold on.
Shut up!
There we go. There's your response.
That was my other Facebook account that was dropping that shit. I'm not saying that I have 5 Facebook accounts, but I have 50 of them. There you go. Yeah, you guys are guinea pigs, basically.
Yeah, you
guys are guinea pigs, so.
Good times. Anything else?
Shit, man.
Anything else you want to?
Yeah, I'm about to say. I think we're all good, man. I guess you can. We can tell the kids to come back with their sippy cups.
So okay, this is successful trial. So.
Oh, yeah. Yep, successful trial.
There we go.
That's the Go Fast sound.
Yeah, like, oh man, do we have that song? God,
I've got it somewhere on my hard drive.
Dude, you gotta share it, man. I love.
I don't have it now. I can't. I've got to pee, so.
Yeah.
Think about grabbing audio.
Just do it.
Sorry. I'm just pushing buttons now. Now we're just I'm giddy with excitement.
Do you have a soundboard, or do you have a
Stream Deck? Stream Deck.
There you go.
So yeah, so it lets me do all my macros and my soundboarding and my lights.
To design a macro, I'll just go right to a soundboard because that does it for me.
Yeah, I mean it's so easy. I'm serious. Like I honestly think
it is easy, but it's an extra step.
Yeah, no, I do. The Stream Deck, I really feel like everybody, if you gave it a 10 minutes, like I can literally button press, lights on and off. Boop, there he goes. Just button press, and I mean literally sound effects, I can change scenes, I can, like, it's everything. I don't have to touch my mouse or keyboard for anything. It's awesome.
You have to remember. You've got to remember.
Remember
what?
Once you're doing it like a hotkey, you've got to remember what that hotkey does.
Well,
it's like using like a drafting software. You have hotkeys, and when you use that all the time, that's great because you know what your hotkeys are.
Yeah.
But then you have to switch to broadcasting, and then your hotkeys are something different.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like the Stream Deck. Honestly, now this is going to come off as a commercial, but I like the Stream Deck because all the icons can be edited and designed. Like I have folders, so like I see this is my folder for all my Pop Culture Warrior stuff. This is my folder for lights. This is my mic settings. Like you can have clocks. I have a little speedometer for like the how the GPU usage is.
How fast you talk.
Yeah, the CPU usage, and like I can stop the stream. I can go to break, like everything. It's. I love this thing. It's like
I'm pretty sure Red Leg used something similar.
Yeah, it's not necessary at all.
I do it. I do everything manually. I am so manual. I like the analog side of things.
Oh, sure.
I like to do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be tactile with it. I have to feel the adjustments and all that, because if I look at it and just click it on a mouse, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I'm adjusting anything, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I get it. I understand the other side of it. This is the future.
I as a innovation enthusiast, totally believe in changing culture to innovation. So yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I'm all for it, man. This is I'm doing what all the kids are doing now on the Twitches. I'm following the Twitch trends, because they're on it. They're what's happening. They're the future. Like all the new tech is going to be off the tech that they're using right now.
Right.
So
right.
You gotta I'm on it. I'm ready for the next thing.
It's amazing, because I'm working with designing like fly-by-wire helicopters and stuff. And guess what? We've got a fucking Xbox controller.
That's awesome.
That's what all of our interns, one of their first assignments is to make the software that we've already written.
Yeah, I remember when they were first coming out with the drones in Afghanistan. Like they're like, here's the controller. I'm like, dude, that's an Xbox controller. Yeah, it links up and it controls it. I'm like,
yep.
Oh my God, the future's here.
It's familiar from when you were 11.
Yeah, like it's
nothing new. All the buttons are the same.
Yeah, I'm still poning noobs just like I did back when I was a kid. No. There's actually super excited. So obviously all of us radio personalities have these nice condenser mics and dynamic mics and all these things. Elgato just made a USB mic that can like pound for pound at like $100 match up to most high-end like condenser mics and things. Like it is really, really well done.
We got Audio Technica. I mean, so I got an Audio Technica. So
as do I.
Is even as comparable to that? You know what I mean? Is it the same?
I'll send you a video. There's a streamer that does like all the tech comparisons and like runs it through simulators and modulators and noise gates and does all the stuff to compare it. And he goes, yeah, it's not going to stack up to a $600,000, $800,000 mic, but to like a $300,000-$400 mic, he's like, if you got $100, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like if you're starting out or you're whatever, like for our co-host who maybe don't need the higher end setup, $100 mic, that's it. And he's like, it's good. It's really well built and really, I'll send you the video. Like he does a good job of reviewing it.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So everything, all of our, I'm going over our check flight list right here, and everything's been checked off. We're freaking.
And then some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out.
Yeah. We got like the 7th comment for the love of God, Kaz, buy some lights.
No, I've got lights. The thing is, I've got an unmade bed over here to my left, and I've got exercise equipment here right behind me.
Yeah, don't
I've got to wait until I get into the other room to.
Just tell them you're going for the dark and mysterious vibe, man. That's what.
All right.
Because big ass fans, hat.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, I'm good.
I'm good.
Alibis? How do we sign off on this? Because how do you
play? Let me see. Play some. You have any?
Good night.
On?
Yeah, just say, hey, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for showing. Blah blah blah. Thank you for hanging out.
Like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and
all the others. Excellent.
Throw us. We need a Patreon. Like, can we get a show Patreon? Like, if you feel inclined, get us on Patreon.
I'm not a good salesman, so I don't feel comfortable.
GoFundMe. If you guys want my nudes, I'm on Fans Only. You can
I
find.
suck at marketing.
Isn't that a porn thing?
Yeah, that's what I said. If they
OnlyFans?
want my nudes, then you can.
Oh, you fans?
If you guys want to follow me on OnlyFans and you can find me on Grindr or whatever, all the apps. All right, well, that was fun. It's been real, guys, and yeah, I'm just gonna hit up an outro bumper and say good night, goodbye, and yeah, we'll see you later, guys.
Y'all have a good night.
Let's hit that wave goodbye to the kids. We'll see you next week, Garrett. We'll see you next week. We'll see you eventually at some point on one of our shows.
We'll see you again.
It's Friday.
We'll see you soon. All right, guys.
Monday's our next show.
Yep. Night.